here we go. We are back for another NHL play-by-play commentary with the hockey coach, your coach Francis, directly for the beautiful country of Thailand on the great evening of February 1st, Wednesday night, 2023. Hopefully, you are ready to rock and roll your month of February, second month of the year. And it's time maybe to looking for your goals if they are aligned with what you're thinking to do for the year 2023. But tonight, the Toronto Maple Leafs played the last game before the All-Star game at home. Again, maybe the best team in NHL. They are the best team in NHL whatsoever. They lost with no W in the last three games. The Boston Bruins tonight at the Scotiabank Arena downtown in Toronto. Tonight is going to be Will Mark face to Samsonov. Look like will be interesting this match. They have two ways you can see this. First of all, Toronto have their number 34. Austin Matthews is out again with a knee. We don't know how long he will take. The pronostic is about 3 weeks, but could be a little bit longer. We'll see what's happening to him. And again, that's showing a bit the lineup for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Tavares now is playing on the first line. Kerfoot, second line. You can see the bottom six as when you have Joey Anderson, are you bottom six? Wayne Simons. Look like Toronto right now feel they will have to do something at the trade deadline. We know the trade deadline is going to be, the deadline is March 3rd, 2023. We already have a move from the Vancouver Canucks, move a Bo over this week to the New York Islanders. We talked about this during the last couple of days. For the Hockey Nation show, tonight is going to be the last play-by-play of the week. We're not going to do anything else during the rest of the week. I'm not a big fan of the All-Star game. And secondly, the game is at 2 o'clock afternoon. I'm going to be on my bed. So I'm going to prepare for my following weekend because the game have at 12:30 p.m. So there will be a little bit, a couple of days off here at the Hockey Nation show. We're going to consider to do 1 or 2 more shows about the Montreal Canadiens, but we're not going to be like we do every single day, like a couple hours of the contents or the video live streaming here at the Hockey Nation show. So I just want to share with you what's coming for the Hockey Nation show. Otherwise, only under the game, the Carolina Hurricanes. What a game they played yesterday against the Buffaloes, against the Los Angeles Kings, losing 4-1 after 40 minutes, and they come back with a 4-goal straight to win the W on overtime against the Los Angeles Kings, the Carolina Hurricanes, one of the best teams in NHL. They don't miss a lot of piece on that puzzle to be a really maybe one of the best teams in NHL to maybe have a shot to win the Stanley Cup this season. We'll be interested what Dan Waldell is going to do as a GM. We know Carolina is not a big team with to make a lot of trade at the trade line, or they usually go with the rental players. At least if it's a purpose behind this, it's not losing a lot their prospect or pick. So will be another team we have to watch, of course, for the next couple of weeks. Other team already going to be active. We'll be interested what the Toronto is going to do. The Winnipeg Jet, the Edmonton Oilers, Calgary Flame could join the party. They have more buyer what we expect. It's not a year of the sailor. It's a year for the buyers. So what happened in that part, you're going to have maybe some the secondary player could be traded, like Noel Acciari for the St. Louis Blues, the Barbashev and St. Louis Blues, Parbanov and St. Louis Sharks. We know the big name, Timo Meier, Dylan Larkin right now is talking with the Boston Bruins right now. Possibly they have a trade over there. We'll see what the Boston Bruins are going to do, a big splash or not. And again, the Boston Bruins, we don't know without if they're going to return in Krejcik or Bergeron next year. So there's a lot of things to talk about in hockey because when you talk about NHL trade rumor, the people get excited about this. For the Montreal Canadiens, they lost yesterday by the score 5-4. What a great game after, not the first period. Montreal have a really bad first period. They was dominate 11-4 in the shot. It was 2-1 only, but still Boston was... the Ottawa was all over the map. Jake Allen make a couple of good saves to keep the team in the game. And then after that, Montreal come back twice to tie the game 3-3 at 4-4 by the HP number 49. But not good enough to get that W last night because the captain, Tkachuk, Brady, score the winning game at the end of the game to get the W for the Ottawa Senators. as a fan, you know, you're happy because you don't win, so you stay where you at on the standing. But on the other side, you wish Montreal deserved to have 1 point. Sometimes the outcome of the game is not what you deserve, because sometimes you should win and you lose, and sometimes you lose and you win. So at the end of the day, or at the end of the season, you get that, you know, it's always equal or come back normal at the end. So we'll say the same. Montreal is going to be returned on the ice February 11 and February 12, back-to-back game. First of all, they're going to play against the New York Islanders at 12:30 the next day. That's the Super Bowl weekend. So the Super Bowl weekend, Montreal have a tradition to play afternoon 12:30. And then, yes, we're going to be back for the Super Bowl. We're going to do a special Super Bowl live streaming here. So that's happening for February here at the Hockey National Show. We have a few people knock the door. Thanks to be with the Hockey National Show. We have RJ Dawson Sport, Daryl Adams. Thanks to be with us. William McClary is in the house. And our tap is in the house. Dan Asham knocked the door. Thanks so much. The captain, Danny, is here. Jeffrey is another person, is in the chat. Jake McEnwee is with us tonight. And then that's pretty much where I think we are at this moment. So you have a lot of guys, conversation with all of you, talk each other. So so that's glad to hear that. I look like I have no question, honestly, with no cue. So I will just step up about this one over there. And Alger Calabro, welcome aboard. Thanks to be with our Canadian show. Daryl gave selling house after the season, moving to BC, and the other person at the end of the season has come out. He said he's retired as ABS. Yeah, Daryl, you know, Carey Price is going to move up, return in BC. That's normally what happening with other players, like Shea Weber did the same thing. Nothing like. For me, that's okay. You know what I mean? Like, you can live wherever you want to live. At the end of the day, it's not matter. I don't have no problem with that part in my eyes. Don't forget, guys, to click on the like. If you don't mind, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. Patrick Espino knocked the door. Bringing news. Drouin sold is PS4. All right. Thanks so much for this information. About that, Toronto Maple Leafs, like I said, owes the Boston Bruins. Big game for both teams. I know they have 11 points between the first and second, but I think Toronto want to make a statement because Toronto is going to play against Tampa Bay Lightning's second, third pick rank in the Atlantic Division. Boston should finish first, and at some point, both of them, at least two of them, going to play on the semifinal with Boston or with the Tampa Bay Lightning or the Toronto Maple Leafs. So I think it's another good game where the Toronto and Boston want to win that W before the end of the calendar, before the All-Star game. The All-Star game is in Florida. Everybody is there. You look about, you know, the reporter, the media, the players that's getting there now, other on vacation, of course, all the rest of the league, players are all around the map right now, and North America, maybe South America, on the beach. Most of the players, they take a rest, take a time, they take a rest. For Montreal, this is a great opportunity for them to have a 1 week off to recuperate or to recovery, I'm sorry, for the injuries. They have a lot. We'll be interested in what happened with Edmondson, Monahan, Drouin, Armia after that. When they come back on the ice, is it at the beginning of the when they return or not? We're going to get some kind of update, look like at the end of the week about Monahan. We'll be interested in what Montreal have to tell us about Sean Monahan. Monahan and Edmondson are two pieces of the puzzle to be maybe trade at the trade line to get something better for the Montreal Canadiens, but we have to wait if their injuries could be a problem or not. Otherwise, I don't see Josh Anderson leave the building and that Jake Allen. The another two players who can maybe look about this is Christian Dvorak, but the money is too much. Jake Evans and David Savard to patch up some bottom six left and right. Again, I think Montreal with if and ever Monahan and Edmondson stay on the long-term injury reserve, that open up $9.5 million on the salary cap. So Montreal become a third party for its front trade to get remaining money contract for its front players, and then they come back with some kind of prospect or a pick and return. So that's what we're going to expect for what could happen. What's up, coach? I'm doing well, Dawson. Then we have Dave. Welcome aboard, Dave. Thanks to be with us. We have, of course, Melissa Zabra is in the house. Welcome aboard. Thanks to be with our Canadian show. Right now, we are just waiting for the national anthem finish before we start the game, and we can go from there. Not many things about the injuries around the league. As you can see, it's quiet left and right. Can we get other trade very soon? I would not be surprised it's happening. Will be interesting what Buffalo Sabres is going to do. They have a lot of money to spend, like a lot. They have a $10 million you can open up. What I'm looking really for, really focus is more about Timo Meier for the San Jose Sharks. The New Jersey Devil is another team could make a big splash because they need some help for the playoff. That's another team we have to look about that Eastern Conference. And then, of course, it will be interesting with Washington and the Pittsburgh. Two teams has been in the playoff for many, many years. And can they consider that race to stay in the playoff or not without add anybody? I think they will need to have some other players. They cannot go deep in the playoff, or maybe make the playoff without the lineup they have right now. They have injuries and they have some concern. Goaltender, Pittsburgh, the defense, left defense is not great over there. They need to have a little bit more, another additional player, top 9. For Washington Capitals, same situation. They don't play without, they play without John Carlson. That's the biggest problem. Connor Brown is out over there. Wilson is again on the injury. So you have a lot of concern. Washington is a very interesting team because 5 of the 6 players they have as the defensemen, regular defensemen, are UFA next year. So that's another point Washington have to figure out this. So a lot of question mark until the March 3rd. We're going to see how this, the development of many things going happening, but definitely we're going to give you all the update what's going on around the league during the next month of February here. So thanks so much, everybody, to be a part of the show. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. Like we do, we're going to run this game tonight between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Boston Bruins. The Bruins are play the last game before the All-Star game, and it will be interesting to watching that team after the last, 3 games almost when they play against the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Florida Panthers, and the Carolina Hurricane. Here we go. The puck going to be between the 2 great veterans, Hall of Famer plus, I believe, John Tavares and Patrice Bergeron. And the puck go behind the goaltender, Samsonov. Intercept the puck, try puck to Riley, intercept par Pasternak, pass the puck to Marchand. Marchand right now intercept the puck right now to the wall, shoot the puck, miss the net, or he maybe hits the post, by the way, shoots on McEnroy, return out, the puck go outside the zone, going to recovery to the defenseman Krejcik and fun of the defenseman of the player for Toronto. Intercept the puck, don't pay part behind Ulmark. Now as we go back to the right side for Charlie McEnroy, pass the puck a little bit to Pasternak. Pasternak skating with the neutral zone, not for an offensive zone, rip the puck, shoot the puck, Samson McEnroy, rebound by Pasternak, but finally lose the puck, going to recovery by the Toronto Valley. They're going to set up the breakout, come in offensive zone, hold the puck now, don't put puck behind the Ulmark on the right side, chased by Lindholm. Lindholm went out puck in front of curve foot, when the puck on the board, the puck bouncing out the play, possibly the first icing of the game. We're going to get that call from the linesman, going to reset all the way on the defensive zone of the Boston Bruins. Thanks so much to be with us tonight. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. The Carolina Hurricane take the lead 1-0 against the Buffalo Sabres already tonight. Will be interesting. Another shot for Justin Holl, saved by the goaltender Ulmark on his left side. We have a face-off. Marco Larrabee knocked the door. Welcome aboard. And then Ellen Keeve, another great knocked the door with us tonight to watching the Toronto Maple Leafs. If they can lose or win tonight against the Boston Bruins. No big effect for the Montreal Canadiens or the Florida Panthers, both teams. But team we have to look if the Buffalo Sabres can beat the Carolina Hurricane. That will help in the Montreal versus the Florida Panthers. Anyhow, back on the ice, face off on the left side. Should the puck, Toronto win the face off. Go DDD, should the puck, save by Ulmark, and go back on the right side. Return by the Toronto Maple behind the goaltender. Intercept now behind the net by Nylander. Pass the point for the net. Intercept by the Toronto, going to get out by the number 46, David Krejcik. Bring the puck to forward. Forward pass the puck to Clinton. Clinton pass the puck now to Krejcik. Shoot the puck, miss the net completely. Turn around the board. Intercept by Boston. Pinch now to the board. I think it's going to be Clinton with Taylor Hall right now, pass the puck behind the net, set up by Zaka. Zaka pass the puck in front of the net, nobody there. And finally, Toronto lob the puck all the way back to Ulmark with no icing. Go back now by forward. Forward hold the puck, pass the puck to Carlo. Carlo hold the puck at the blind. Carlo pass the puck, tip by the Boston behind Samson out. Chasing behind the net, recovery by the Toronto Maple Leafs around the board. Pass the puck to the board, around. Intercept by Foligno in front of the bench. Foligno attacking now, hold the puck a little bit more. Don't put the puck behind the opposite corner of Samsonov. Intercept by Toronto, but they find a way Boston, get the puck. Shoot the puck right there. Block by Samsonov. Another shot for Boston Bruins. Miss the net completely. The puck go back at the blind. Carlo return the puck behind the net. Pressure up by Boston Bruins behind the defensive zone. Samsonov finally go to Sandin. Sandin find a way to get the puck zone. And the Toronto attacking now kick out the puck to Ekval. Ekval turn around, kick the puck in the zone. Go back to the blue line. Another cut back. Pass the puck behind the goaltender. The puck bouncing from the net. Boston going to find a way to get a puck by intercept at the blue line for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Hold the puck to the wall. Shoot the puck. The puck bouncing for the Ulmark. The puck at the left side. The puck between three players. We have a whistle. Finally, Ulmark put the glove over the puck with 17-16 to go remaining on this first period between the Toronto and the Boston Bruins. Welcome, Michel Cloutier from San Diego, San República Dominican with Jennifer. Thanks so much to be with us, Michel and Jennifer. Ulmark is out only at one game so far this season with Mark 3 goals against. Great comments for William about this one. Toronto try to get a puck now on the neutral zone. We have a whistle right there. I don't know if we have a penalty there or not. But look like possibly we have a power play for the Boston Bruins. Keith look on his iPad, so what the heck happening here? But here we go. Michael Bunting got his first penalty for the Toronto Maple Leafs. We're going to reset on defensive zone of the Toronto and see what's happening with the power play for the Boston Bruins. We know they have a great power play in NHL with 25.3. And the PK is at 86.2 at Toronto are not great on the PK with 78.3. Go back now on the right side. Winning the face-up by Bergeron. Pass the puck to McEnroy. McEnroy now pass to D. Go back now, but the puck obviously get out of the zone. Hold the puck now on the left side. Reset by McEnroy. McEnroy hold the puck now. Try to set up. Almost got cut by Marner. Finally, got Pasternak is coming. Pasternak and the right side. Shoot the puck over Samson. That puck all the way out of the play. Going to reset now on the left side of the Samsonov. 1:39 to go remaining on the power play. And 16:48 at the period. Taylor Hall, top 5 overrated player in the NHL. Overrated. With the salary he make now, Marco, I think he's not overrated. He's like, what, $5-6 million now? So I don't think so. He's like overrated. I think it depends how you see Taylor Hall. I think he become a better hockey player for me in the last 2 years with the Boston Bruins. When I said that, he's become a 200 two-way players better like never been before. So for me, I would not say overrated. Of course, he was overall pick and everything. I understand that, but I think he find his niche and he's happy with it. And we'll see. Krejcik went out, hold the puck, pass the puck to the left side to Marchand. Marchand behind the goaltender, hit by Justin Holl, return the puck to the blind. Hold up by Krejcik, return the puck to Pasternak. Pasternak to backdoor to Marchand a little bit. fancy play for the Boston Bruins. It does not pay off. Now, Marchand attacking again. Hold the puck now between legs. Pass the puck to the side. Boston don't bite on this move from Marchand. It don't pay the puck by the Toronto Maple Leafs going to behind the net. Set up now the breakout with 40 seconds to go remaining on this power play. Lane home, drop the puck back. Set up now by the Boston. Keep the one, kick out to Charlie Coy. Return the puck in front of Saka. Shoot the puck passes on. Make a save. Go back at the blind. Hold it by Lane home. Keep the puck to the wall. Return the puck to Lane home back again. Pass the puck to Zaka. Pass to Taylor Hall. Hold the puck around. Return the puck to Lane home. Intercept by Toronto Maple Leafs going to get out of the zone. And heisting the puck behind Ulmark with about 15 seconds to go. So one more push on power play for the Boston Bruins. They have only one shot, by the way, on this power play. Go back behind. Set up now by Zaka. Zaka kick out the puck at the blind. Back to Taylor Hall. Intercept by the Toronto Maple Leafs. A broken stick for Zaka. The puck bouncing over the stick of the defenseman Lane home all the way back to Ulmark. And we are back on even strength. 5 versus 5. Only one shot on the first power play of the Toronto. Lane home right now skating with the puck. Lane home to check on his left to the right. Don't play the puck. Intercept by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Return the puck to Charlie McAvoy. And the puck go back on the neutral zone. Battle right now with the Toronto and the Maple Leafs players. But finally still the puck by the Toronto, by the Boston Bruins. Return the puck behind the net. The 4 line for the Toronto, for the Boston is on the ice. McConley, Lynn with Greer is on the ice. Go back now on the left side. Skating by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Nylander skating to the blue line at the red line. Nylander on the fence is on. Nylander go all the way around. Nylander almost go break away after this great move at McDavid, but cannot able to turn around. We have right now at the blue line. Keeps the puck in Toronto in the offensive zone. Shoot the puck, Tavares missed the puck and missed the net completely. Recovery a deep zone by Justin Holt after he pinched, but finally Frederic intercepted the puck. Frederic, a first round pick by the Boston Bruins a couple of years ago. Good, physical, defensive, offensive players for the Boston Bruins. Go back to Toronto, going to set up the breakout. Tavares intercepts the puck par Marchand, throw the puck behind, and another battle. Finally, Toronto is going to get out the zone. Kerfoot don't play the puck behind for himself. No chance. Clinton recovered the puck on the left side. Ulmark. We have a battle now with 3 players. Now we have still a puck between Ashton Reeves and Clinton. Back to puck to Forward. Pass the puck. Another great pinch by Morgan Riley. The puck go outside the zone, going to recovery on defensive zone of Toronto by the Boston Bruins. Boston Bruins look for the back door. Hold the puck now. Return the puck behind goaltender. David Pastrnak in front of Morgan Riley, I believe. Hold the puck to the wall. And finally, Toronto with Jack Crock find a way to get up on his own in front of the bench. Jack Crock by himself, don't play puck on the left corner. Ilmark decide to go returning to the bench. New plus coming for Toronto Maple Leafs. Boston pass the puck neutral zone. Keep the puck right now. Don't play puck by Marchand, I believe. It was Taylor Hall. I apologize. Kratchik battle for the puck to the wall at the blue line. Keep the puck right now by Zaka. Return the puck to Kratchik. On the back door, it's coming Carlo. Shoot the puck. Samsonov make a save. Great play by Carlo to find a way to get the back door. Great pass by Taylor Hall, but Samsonov was alert on that shot of Carlo. Anyhow, Lindholm recover the puck now. Lindholm to the blue line, at the red line. It's coming now. Lindholm fire puck. A black shot by the defensive Toronto. Get out of the zone. Now into the zone. Keep control of the red line. Down the puck behind Ilmark. All the way back to the corner. Carlo try to get a puck. Pinched by the Toronto Maple Leafs. The third line for the Toronto is on the ice. David Camp is there. Nether to the puck. Then at the back door. Shoot the puck right there by Giordano. Save by Ilmark. Great opportunity by Toronto on the back door. Go back on the blue line. Keep control the puck all the way back by Pierre Ekvall. Ekvall change the direction. Bring it back to Giordano. Opposite corner. Return the puck to Ekvall behind Ulmark. Ulmark to the corner. Pass the puck to Giordano. Fire the puck. Black shot by Ulmark. Maybe not. On the way behind the net, go to the blue line. And the Toronto and now the shift of Toronto is long with Zaka and Krejci over almost 130. Shoot the puck. Hillmark make a save, no rebound. We're going to have a whistle on the right side after a great shot of William Nylander. And this is conclude the first face-off, first time out of the night between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Boston Bruins. 1-0 still Buffalo and the Carolina Hurricane. Thanks so much to you people pop up at the show tonight. Thanks to be with us tonight. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. That'd be great. That'd be awesome. We really appreciate to be with us tonight. Real deal, Prim, power play goal for Carolina. Here we go. Your team, all we get there. We're going to drop ball a bit more. Definitely as a number 2 overall. Aloha, Ellen Cave, we go. Michel Clissé, you're welcome. Pierre Martin, knock the door. Welcome aboard. Thanks to be with the Hockey Nation show. Mark Senior, come on, Bruins, the Bruins, the Bees, the Bees, the Bees, the Bee Gees, but we have the Bruins. Bonjour, Melissa. Here we go. And there you go. I love go Brunsburg. I hate the Bruins, but I hate the Leafs more. I love Ellen about this. I like Boston more que le Leafs, so pourquoi I'm cheering for the Bruins. Tough question for Advent. If you could choose between Nylander and Caulfield, who do you choose? Great question. I need to think about this a little bit longer. Bunting passe pas du blanc. Hotel pas Giordano. Return the puck behind the goaltender to Bunting behind the net. The hit in front of the net. Shoot the puck by Toronto in front of the net. The puck bouncing back at the blank. Go back to Giordano. Hold the puck a little bit more. Go back to Manor. Intercept now by Boston Bruins. They're going to get out of the zone. Pass the puck now by Chris Smith. Breakaway right there. Clinton the version of the puck. Simpson up make another save tonight. The second time they stop the Boston Bruins. Go back now in the zone. Go ahead and pass for the Boston Bruins. Clifton and Carlo have the balls opportunity for Boston Bruins so far. The 2 defensemen will go back now to Toronto. Rally, pass the puck. Don't pay puck behind Ullmark. Passing an icing. No icing for the call from the Leisman. Go back now to opposite corner. Chasing now by pressure by Nylander. Intercept now by making it by Bergeron. Return the puck to Krejcik. Don't pay the puck now behind the Samson now. Chasing by Bergeron. Still the puck by Morgan Riley. Pass the puck to the board. All the way back here to Jack Rock. Intercept by the McEnboy. Return the puck in front of the bench. But the puck still by the Sandin, I believe. Long stretch penalties on the puck. Bouncing back over the stick of the Boston Bruins. Tip. No icing. Go back now by McEnboy. D reverse with Langholm. Langholm's getting in the puck. Langholm to the blind. Langholm at the red line. Control the puck. Pass the puck to his teammate. Coming down offenses on the right side. Samson up. Intercept on Sandin. Sandin on the back ends in front of Greer. Go back to the back and don't put the puck in neutral zone. The puck bouncing back, but Toronto find a way to get out of the zone, neutral zone. Go back to the Toronto shoot the puck. Ullmark make a save and for Pierre Eggball. And we're going to have a whistle on the right side of Ullmark after shot of, I believe, is David Camp. Anyhow, Nylander Caulfield. 2 scorer on most times. I think Nylander is a bit more complete as a player on the both side defensive zone, and is a little bit better on the number the point at the end. So I will go slightly with Nylander. That would be my point, but it's a great point about this. Samson looking sharp. Caulfield for me, Marco. There we go. Cole Caulfield and Marco Nylander is good enough, but Caulfield is better. About this, I will go with Nylander. I think Nylander is a better complete player. So Caulfield struggles in defensive zone. I know Nylander is not a big one, but I think Nylander brings speed, carry on the puck better on the transition wise, and he's a little bit bigger. So for me, I have to go with that one. So far, the Leafs look horrible. It's not something. It could be 6-0 Boston Bruins. And there we go. Trade Nylander to Chicago. And I don't know. Geoffrey has been one of the league best playoff performer. Geoffrey, I'm going to check that video out later. Zaka is fit so well in the Bruins lineup. I think that's a great comment, William, about this one over there. Get a fight with wrong team. Don't go there. We're going to get that one over there. And then Mark Stone out in Philly. Not good for Vegas. No, you're absolutely right about this. Ellen out. That's not good news for Mark Stone. Also, Nyquist for Columbus Blue Jacket is out for the season. This is bad news for Columbus. Why? Because he become a UFA. So go back now behind the net, chasing the puck on the left side of Mark. Toronto attacking now, hold the puck at the line, return the puck on the board, get the puck in the zone, go back again, but Boston still the puck, going to get out of the zone, hold the puck right now by Clinton, return the puck to the side, don't pay by the Toronto, by the Boston behind the goaltender, sends that Maisonneuve with Alston, and then, there you go. And we have Simmons play, yes, and then we have I'm shocked at coach choice, another over Caulfield. Yeah, and again, you have two elements here. The transition of the game, right? And then I will say to you on the size of the players. That's pretty much what we said. I will be fun right there. Now, should the puck by Boston, so some make a say the puck behind the net, battle now, pass the point from the net by Boston, it's now by Toronto, get out of the zone, great play, kick out the puck bouncing back, hollow back on the defensive zone, chasing by Bunting, looking behind it, chasing by, I think it was McEnroy, finally puck outside the zone, by the Toronto, by the Boston Bruins, shoot the puck behind the goaltender, on the goaltender, Samsonov, make a save in front of Bergeron, nothing hell happening. With 7:59 to go remaining on this period, 52 to go remaining on this period. That would be my reason why Nylander is 6 foot 196 pounds. Caulfield is 5'7". So just 160, 170. Nylander scored 31, 17 and 51 goal. 51 games, that gave him about 28, 34. He's right now as 28. He has 80 points last season. He had 58 points at 51 game. No, I have to go with Nylander. But great question, Marco. I like that. Bergeron, a first forward back, his end clean the play out of the zone is the first time the leave zone. Yeah, he played a smart game. And that's what we got so far. I just want to share it with you. What's going on? The Hurricane guy lead 3-0. Wow. The Carolina Hurricane got out on fire tonight. Lead 3-0 over the Buffalo Sabres tonight. Wow. Maybe a cold shower for the people thinking the Buffalo team make the playoff tonight. That's a good news for the Panthers to see that goal, that game tonight. We have TV timeout. We have to wait. Shoot the puck right now behind Samsonov, bring the puck in front of the net on the right side. Less 8 minutes to go remaining, guys, on this period. Go back now, all day by O'Reilly, battle for the right side. Just jumping right now by Forward, the right side, Samsonov, control the puck right now, run the puck on the board, keep control the puck to other side, bring puck the blind, set up now, fire the puck and McEnroy in front of Marchand, battle in front of the net, we have Bergeron, we have Pasternak, dumping right now by the defenseman of Forward, I believe, bring the puck behind the goaltender, it was Krejcik, I apologize, Forward 28, and then Krejcik 48, anyhow. Go back behind the net to Marchand. Marchand pass the puck in front of the net. Intercept now by Toronto. Hold the puck behind the goaltender. We have a battle behind the net. And finally, go back to opposite corner. And intercept by the Toronto Maple Leaf. Find a way to get a puck outside the zone. Devin Camp return the puck behind the net. Set out now by Sandin. Pass the puck to the right side. Controlled by Brody. Brody hold the puck now. Pass the puck at the red line. To Nylander. Nylander lose the puck bouncing back defensive zone. Reset by the Toronto. By intercept now by the Boston Bruins by Charlie Coyle. No Nothing happening after that. The puck bouncing back defensive zone de Toronto. The Boston Bruins intercepté par Lindholm, passe the puck to opposite corner. Greg Smith try the puck, sit the puck to Nylander. And now intercept the puck behind the goaltender is Greg Smith. Number 12, a really bad year with the Boston Bruins. The veteran of the Nashville Predator. Anyhow, Boston don't play puck on the defensive zone on the Toronto for a nice scene. We're going to reset the puck on the defensive zone of the Boston Bruins. Here we go. Go back now on the defensive zone of Boston Bruins. Carlo tries the puck, intercept by Giordano. Giordano passes the puck to the right side. Toronto attacking to the wall. Justin Holt right now in front of Lindholm. Pass the puck behind the goaltender. Tournament by Tavares. Pass to Marner. Marner to right side. Marner looking now. Marner keep control. He should have puck. Stop by Charlie Coy. Coy right now pass the puck to Greg Smith. Shoot the puck. Samson make a save. And going to be a whistle with 5:42 to go remaining, guys, on this first period between the Toronto and the Boston Bruins. 9 shots for both teams so far. And that's what we got. Thanks so much, everybody, to be with us tonight. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. A couple of nights, we be quiet around the day, guys. We have no mini game. So that's happening most of the time. This way. Goal for the Buffalo Sabres. The Buffalo Sabres score. Alex Tuck score at 14:45, 5 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. That will cut the lead from 3-1 to 2. That's maybe a good goal, a good thing for the Buffalo Sabres. The shot are 16-6 by the Carolina Hurricane in the first period. The Carolina right now on the momentum after they win yesterday at home against the Los Angeles Kings by the score 5-4. Marco, what state do you have on Matthew's defensive play? Just wait for the puck drop, and we're going to returning after that. Waiting for this happen by the linesman, drop the puck. Samsonov is 15-1-1 at home this year. 15-1-1, 1.89. Samsonov, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Face off on the left side. Winning by Boston. Shoot the puck at Taylor Hall. Puck bouncing back on the left side. Samsonov was not sure where was the puck was. Anyhow, the puck back on the neutral zone. Set up now. Intercept by Taylor Hall. Skating with the puck. Hall hold the puck in front of David Kemp. Hall to the right side. Turn around. Kick the puck. Bring the body blind. Fire the puck laying home. Saved by Samsonov. Return the puck to the wall. Taylor Hall trying to get a puck. Bouncing the puck behind the goaltender to Zaka. Zaka behind the net with Krejcik. Dumping the puck to the opposite corner. Pinch by the Boston Bruins. But finally, Toronto get out of the zone. Attacking now by Sandin. Pass the puck in front of the net to Sandin to back door to Ekval. What a save by Hillman. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is the save of the night. 4 versus 2 on the back door. Sandin decided to pass the puck to Ekval at the last moment, and then Market read the play exactly what happening, and he make a big save with the right pad and the whistle of the referee after that. But what a play! A little bit too close, I believe. Something should go back on the back end on that shot. But again, 505. This is a big shot for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Great opportunity. The third opportunity tonight by Market, like he did in the beginning of the season. Unbelievable. Between the pipe, he has an average of 1.91 since January 8th. One of the best goaltender this year is going to be on nomination for the trophy Vezina. What offensive number are down this year, Woody? Right now we have kind of review, something like that. I don't know what he's talking about. And God is getting better, William. Yeah. The problem with that part is the problem with that part, William, about Ekblad, it disappears on the playoff. Marchand taking less money make them successful. U.S. market is far different que Canadian market. A U.S. player get paid far more que player que play in Canada is such. Yeah, the problem with that is because the tax, right? The tax play a big role about this one over there. I don't know what they review the goal, they review that play. I think the puck is beside the post on the right side. Mon nom est encore en rouge, mon Nicolas. No goal. Welcome back, Nicolas. Ab should try to get Ekblad, gave the RPH in Harris. Let's see how many goals Ekblad score per year. So Pierre Ekblad have 10 goals and 48-9 game. And Pierre ran Harvey Pinard have 5 goals and 7 game. So Pierre Ekblad play in NHL. He have 15 goals, 35 points, and 78 game last season with the Toronto Maple Leafs. This season have 18 points and 49 game. This season, that gave him about approximately the same kind of number of the point, 35 points per year. About that one there. I don't know why the Toronto will accept to get Jordan Harris and RHP in return. I would not be, I would not why they will do that, Toronto. Steve G is in the house. Welcome aboard. Thanks to be with us. Trade Harris to Jersey for Ryan Graves. Again, why the New Jersey would trade Harris for Ryan Graves? I don't understand why the Jersey would accept those kind of Jordan Harris for that part over there. Now, go back on defensive zone, set up by the Boston Bruins, hold the puck now in front of the bench. Hold the puck, I think Justin Holt, pass the puck behind the goaltender, set up by Tavares. Hold the puck to opposite corner, chasing one out by the Boston Bruins on the left side. Carlo hold the puck right there. Don't pay the puck to opposite. Marchand's coming out. It was Charlie Coy. Bring the puck to Greg Smith. Return the puck behind goaltender. Greg Smith have a good game so far. I think Greg Smith could be something could happen tonight. Honey, out the puck behind the net. Battle away by Lindgren. Go back to the wall. Chased by Greg Smith behind the goaltender. Return the puck to Frederic. Go back by Boston Bruins. Charlie Coy intercept the puck. Recover the puck by himself behind the goaltender. Wrap up behind. Go back now. Turn around. Shoot the puck. Samson McKesson. Rebound. Bunting loud the puck on the backhands. Possibly an icing. No icing from the linesman. Going to recover by Charlie Coy. By Clinton. Clinton's getting to the blue line. Clinton to the red line. Clinton's coming now. On offensive. Clinton look like a Bobby hour. But intercept by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Go back on defensive zone. Lindholm will be the first one to get there. But now behind once Simon return part of the line. Don't play a part by the Toronto behind the net. Go by now by Lindholm is Simon. Simon intercept the puck. Simon in front of the net. Go back on the side. But Ulmark put the glove over the puck. And we have a whistle on the left side after a shot for Ulmark. That's what happened about this one. Maison Quinton Eggball, another doc about this one with that. Doc is 26 years old. Doc was drafted 188 overall pick, 7-1 pick, Pierre. So how can you turn Kirby Pierre Eggball like Kirby Doc? Doc, third overall pick, Eggball 188 there. And if you think that way, why Eggball play on the 4 line or the 3rd line for the Toronto Maple Leaf, and then you want to go there? It's another Sweden player, does not intend to stay, he's not checking, he's scared, he's not going in front of traffic. And I think when you said like a Doc, maybe you want to say about like a Drouin about this one over there. Try to get... and the playoff, he played 17 game in the playoff. He has 0 goal in the playoff, Pierre Eggball. Anyhow, go back over there. We have Gary Cournoyeur is in the house. Welcome aboard. Thanks to be with us. We have another off-site. We have to wait for the puck drop. We're going to see other game in NHL. Still 3-1 after 20 minutes, guys, at the Buffalo game between the Buffalo and the Carolina Hurricane. A lot of shots tonight for this first period between both teams. Set up now behind the net. Bergeron win the face-off. The puck go McEnroy try the puck outside the zone. Finally, Marchand cannot keep it. Tavares still the puck. The rest of Nylander shoot puck. Ulmark over Ulmark. Intercept now by Marchand. Believe don't play the puck in the zone. The puck bouncing back. Passing an icing. That would be the call for the linesman. Going to a set on defensive zone. All the way back on the Toronto territory. With less than 2 minutes to go on the first period, a lot of whistle this game. The momentum is shifty, but I don't know. Not great opportunity overall if you think with the number of the shots that we got tonight. Coach, what does Toronto need more, a winger or a defenseman? I would say a winger. They don't have nobody on the left side, on left winger. If you think about this, in Toronto attacking now, Pasternak by the back door, intercept by Nylander, return the puck on defensive zone, all the way back on defensive, the Toronto, Lingholm recovery, Lingholm in front of Marner, don't put the puck back to David Pasternak, not breakaway, on the back door, Pasternak should the puck save by Samsonov, another big save of Samsonov tonight, Pasternak by the net, bring puck in front of the net, now we have a puck hit the face of Boston Bruins, anyway, go back to Pierre Eggball, Eggball's coming to the right side, Ulmark, Pierre Eggball, coming behind the net, set up now par le Toronto, par le Boston Bruins, qui est là, le puck en utilisant par David Pasternak. Pass the puck now, pass the puck to Charlie Coyle, return puck to Pasternak, hold the puck now to the wall, intercept par Toronto Maple Leaf, get back Pierre Eggball. Eggball in utilisant, hold the puck at the red line. Eggball now down the puck behind the goaltender, Ulmark, cherché now par Justin Hold. Eggball with all, bring the puck to the wall, pass the puck to Pierre Eggball. Eggball battle for the puck with Oldberg, win the battle, back the puck to the line, hold it down by Giordano. Return the puck to Oldberg, show the puck in front of the net, and no chance to reach Ulmark, but the puck stay in the zone by the Toronto for checking. Keep the puck deep in the zone, but finally Toronto, Boston going to get out of the zone by the pass to Frederic, don't play puck behind Samsonov, Langren, intercept the puck, pass the puck to Chuck Rock, I believe, pass the puck to Kerfoot in front of the bench, Kerfoot now down the puck behind Ulmark, we have 10 seconds to go remaining, Ulmark can make a save with a glove, no rebound, we're going to reset on the left side, Ulmark, Pasternak just missed a great opportunity, Samsonov solid between the pipe, and we have 27 shots tonight, between both teams, but what a great play by Pasternak over Morgan Riley. Morgan Riley against not a good year for Morgan Riley. If you follow Toronto Maple Leafs, there'll be a concern if you go to the playoff to get that one. But Pierre, a great point. Go back right now, behind the goaltender. Go behind the old Mark hold the puck right there par le defenseman de Toronto, par le Boston Bruins. Finally going to hit the puck on the wall. We're going to hear the horn of the first period. Here we go. The first period is done at Toronto tonight. We're going to go the first intermission of the night. We have 0 goal after 20 minutes at the Scotiabank between both teams. We have 13 shots versus 14. Only 1 power play during the night. It came from the Boston Bruins. They have only 1 shot during that power play. And that's pretty much what we got tonight against both teams. 2 teams are, we know, they are the top best 5 team in NHL this season between the Toronto Maple Leafs and of course, the Boston Bruins. We're going to get now on the stat update of the night. 13 hit by the Boston Bruins, 6 by the 8-7. 3-4. There we go. Tu Québec, oui ou non? J'étais né au Québec, oui. Après, as guts, work hard to make the team. Danny, welcome aboard. Thanks to be with us tonight. Now you are talking with check out Dover out of the Spain. I play like a big guy, not afraid to go to the corner. Colin, welcome aboard. Thanks to be with us tonight. How about some hard rock? I don't know what is this. Colin, welcome back. I will keep on the team and see how he does, but my impression is would be a fan favorite in Montreal. Oui, je t'ai répondu, mon homme. J'étais né au Québec, je demeure pas au Québec maintenant. Trois 3-1 Hurricane versus the Buffalo Sabres after 20 minutes, guys. Thank you so much for all the likes tonight. Yamo Vertanen knocked the door. And of course, we have Willie Snyder from Denver, both of you. Thanks so much to be with us tonight. All right, guys. I will take a break here. I'm not a music guy, so I will let you talking about music. And I will be back later and enjoy your conversation.
You made my day. You made my day. You made my day. Oh, day. You made my day. You made my day. You made my day. Oh, day. Princess of mine, what have I done to deserve your royalty? 'Cause when you chose me, a simple man, you just made my day. You made my day. You made my day. You make my day. You make my day. You make my day. Oh, day. Oh.
Here we go. We are back in the house about this. Thank you so much, everybody, to be with us tonight. William said, Coach, have you heard anything about Dylan Larkin going to Carolina at the second line center? And why is Detroit delay on sending? Great question, William, about this. First of all, I did not heard anything about him to go to Carolina. The name I heard it was Boston at some point. Here's happening, Dylan Larkin, guys. The situation with Larkin is a little bit different. Like, first of all, he become a UFA at the end of the year. Last year, is Larkin want to try the negotiation between Detroit and the Larkin camp, and but the red flag about this before the season start. He become now, he got a clause on his contract. He has no, with the NDC, so he have a choice to select, he have a clause now, he can select any team he get traded to go or not. So that gives him a great opportunity to decide where he want to go. So at some moment, Eisenman was thought to going to have a negotiation and to sign him before that, before the season start. Unfortunately, it did not happen. As Johnny says, they have no words right now. It's really look like it's dead between both parties for the negotiation. Now, Larkin, it was a possibility to get both of that, to get a possibility to get, Larkin to get trade or something could happen with him. Carolina, not the problem Carolina, is Carolina, if you get Larkin example, is you have to give a lot in return, but the second late, you have to be sure to sign him back. And I don't know if Dylan Larkin, second center, he will accept to play behind Sebastian Aho. That will be the biggest problem. I don't see Larkin leave the Detroit. I see more Bertuzzi leave the Detroit Red Wings compare. What is the contract of Larkin? I would say to you about $8 million. I think he can get about $60 to $64 million. The problem with Lamoriello and Eisenman is you don't know what's going on with them. You never know. Whatever, I'm listening about 20 podcasts per week and then about 5 hours podcast. I'm doing a lot of multitask. The two GM we never heard is Eisenman and Lamoriello. Lou, you never know what Lou is going to do like he did this week. And you never know what Eisenman is going to do. So, back on your question, we don't hear anything about the negotiation yet between Larkin, but I still believe how can you let go Larkin that way? They did a mistake. I think Detroit made 2 mistakes to sign Andrew Copp for $5.5 million and sign Chariot. But again, about Larkin, great point about this one. Great question about this, William. Rick Bengal is in the house. Mr. Businessman is in the house. Thanks to be with us tonight. Mr. Dixon, what's wrong with the Boston tonight? Dixon Automotive Group is in the house. Welcome back. Thanks to be with the Hockey Nation show. Is what wrong with the Boston tonight? About this, Mr. Gary Cournoyer. Normally, is it? I did again. He will trade Sarkozy for Dubois. Is at it again? He will trade Sarkozy for Dubois. Um, it's not bad. Better Simon, Wayne Simon, for sure, the trade you want to make. But I would say that I don't think so. Sarkowski is going to get more points at Pierre-Luc Dubois in one season. I don't see Sarkowski score more at 35 goals in NHL per year. I don't see Sarkowski get 75 points more. I don't see Sarkowski make 80 points per year. By the way, if you live in Canada, RDS and Quebec show the game Connor Bedard tonight for the Pats. If you want to watch the game again, the Hitmen, I believe tonight, 9 o'clock, I believe. Anyhow, so it's not bad. What is bad behind that, Gary, is you can get Dubois and 2 years free. So I will not trade Sarkowski that way over there. But, Dubois is a big center, 6'3", 6'4". Yeah, it's not bad. It's not like, for me, it's not like, wow, this is bad. You have to think a little bit more, but the potential of Sarkowski for me is 30, 35 goals per year, 60, 75 points. That would be his best year in NHL at that moment. I see a few third-party broker just trade that line another to absolute last. Sorry, absolutely right about this, William. He's going to have those kind of situations for sure because a long-term injury reserve could be a fun problem. So he's going to have more third-party for definitely what happened. I don't see a lot of trade, first-round pick trade, but I'll be everything like that. Normally, is it again? He will trade Sarkowski for this boy. I will not do that trade at the New York Minute. What I would said, do you believe Sarkowski is going to make more points in 1 year at Pierre-Luc Dubois? Pierre-Luc Dubois is going to be 80 points per season, 35 goals per year, 35 goals. Ken Sarkowski does more points at Pierre-Luc Dubois in 1 year per season, and then goal over. The regional Pats at Calgary Inman, 9 o'clock, William McCarry. Here we go. So, as you said, a kid, I think no trade for a while. I just said you have to, again, I don't want to trade him. My point is, like, if you compare both players, it's not, of course, Dubois plays center, Sarkowski play winger. But right now, I don't see a Sarkowski scoring 40 goals. Dubois is a material to play top line. Sarkowski, I don't think so, is a material to play first line. I still believe he's going to be a top 6 second line on my eyes. But again, the time we tell him, the development, the progression, we never know. But that's what I see him at this moment for what I saw. That's a pretty direct prediction about Sarkowski. Is only 18. The Montreal staff have analyzed something we maybe not see. Yeah. Again, everybody change, right? Everybody develop. But Sarkowski, guys, if you take him this year at the NHL draft, he's maybe top 7, 8, 9 in the draft. All the top 10 from 5 to 10 are considered second line, third line in NHL or pairing, second pairing in D about that. So when you think about this, it's an average point about 60, 70 points. Of course, one of them can get crazy, can become an amazing great hockey player. But that's what you know what I mean? Like, if you think about Jack Hughes' draft, what do you put Sarkowski over Jack Hughes or not? That's how I compare players. When you say, okay, let's see the draft of 2018, all right? And go get what they get there. And then you go 2019, 2020, 2021, and take Sakoski and go for the last 5 initial draft and put him on each draft, do you put him at the top number 1 overall pick over Rames Dallin, Owen Power, and I can go all the way like that. Jack Hughes, Alexis Lafrenière, what he fit on those drafts. And then after that, it's okay. If he's 6'7", who was there? Jake Sanderson, Brady Ketchup, number 4. And you can compare. And that's what you try to analyze with number, analytics, everything. What do you put the players? For me, if you said what it would be Sakoski in NHL, 28, 32 goal, good year, 35, 60 points, 70 points, max 75 points. I don't see him at 40 goal and 80 points per year. I don't see this yet. Now, I could be wrong. There's nothing wrong with that part of there. To be wrong, because you just project. The projection of things, guys, you're going to be wrong a lot. You're not going to hit home run all the time. You project, you assume, you're thinking, and that's a part of the scouting. That's what you do. But, and I think it's a great question about this, about him. Dubois is a proven commodity. Slav is a dream right now. We'll see. It's a good question, right? At the end of the day, everybody has a different size opinion, and you like some different players. Roger Delaney love Nick Zuski. WST one only big players, and it all depends what you like and what you prefer. Before I go that, with emotion, just thanks so much. I'm Michel Cloutier. Second period, we will start. Opens again can learn command to play physical. Google, welcome aboard. Thanks so much, everybody. Jacky turned 22 yesterday. All Willie at now better. Trade him is so down is advantage. Ace. Transfer and do the Sakoski about this. It's only, but maybe is a clever Josh Anderson. Yeah. I think it could be that way. I think in our top, you nail it. I think Sakoski is better at Josh Anderson, talent-wise, skill-wise, vision, hands, everything like that. Anderson will be more better on the physicality of the game. But that's a good point. Compare. It's easy play in the OHL and lit up over 85-60 million on the small eyes. You will see more from Sakoski. Yeah, but now you dominate the league because you're taller and stronger to any other players. So, but I can understand your point of view, Rick, about this. Everyone, poor Jacky. Look at him now. I think his Montreal staff know what they are doing about this. You have a tough week, Jacky, this week, and I don't know. Jordan Harris have a difficult game last night. I don't know the fatigue starting to hit the rookies, but the rookies defensemen have a really difficult game the last couple of games. I hate a prize at first also. I don't think so. Anybody hate anyone. Mr. Dave from Boca Raton is in the house. Thanks so much to be with us tonight. The debate whether a key price or not. Aber will only get better first season in NHL. Yes, like any other player, is going to get better. If you keep Jacky as the defendant 5 and 6 on your team, I think it will be great for your organization. I think that's what I see him, Albert Jacky for the Montreal Canadiens. Now, can he become a number 4? It could. You never know the development, the progression, and the desire of the players, right? That's something. But right now, I see more like a look shine look shines for an NHL. A third pairing. It's not going to be a Chris Bronger or a tough guy like offensive like Chris Pronger, everything like that. He's never going to be an Eric Ekblad like skating the puck, carrying the puck all the way. He's going to get is maybe a 20-point per season, but he's going to be dominate on his road. What he bring on the Montreal Canadiens, his physicality is going to be a little bit better on the decision wise, on the physicality wise, and the defensive zone coverage. He's a hockey player, but what he fit on the on the template or on the roster, I think it would fit better if Montreal put him as a third pairing. That would be the way I would see them. But we'll get better. Hope you're doing well. Doing well then. Not too bad, Dave. Looking good here for sure. Not have the flame. My dad, close friend, Will Gany. I remember what Alexandre 2 years ago knew Chicago would make it. Rick, about this, we get everything on that. Go live go. My shot to see. And my first have number one. Go back now behind the net. Controlling right there. Par le Boston Bruins. Toronto trying to intercept the puck. Shoot the puck. Miss the net belly. Turnover by the Boston Bruins in front of the net. A very bad play by the Boston Bruins. Go back behind the net. Forward right now. Try puck in front. Ashton Reeves. Pass the puck to Oldburn. Back to the puck line. Set up now. Back again to the defenseman. Brody. Intercept now. The puck bouncing back on defensive zone. And go back on the front of the bench. And rally. Pass the puck to Brody. Brody hold the puck now. Là, the puck to opposite corner, back to Ekval. Ekval on the left side. Contre puck, shoot the puck to opposite corner, back at the blue line, holding that by Raleigh. Put Brody, shoot the puck, black shot barely by the Boston, recovered by John Tavares. And funny net, the puck bouncing behind net, but recovered by the captain. Tavares, behind by the blind, holding the now, the puck, shoot the puck opposite corner, back to Marner, battle behind the goaltender, back to Forward with McEnvoy. McEnvoy by now with Greg Smith, the pressure Toronto, finally Toronto is going to get out of the zone, barely out, turn around right now, and the right side by Taylor Hall, don't pay part behind the goaltender Samson after he got hit by Lindgren. About this one there, and then only 11 here, correct? Absolutely, fatigue is tough. Coach is not just in the game and the NHL, is in the travel, the practice, the intensity. You're absolutely right about this one over there. Look about Jordan Harris, right? 39 game last year in say Marshman try to get puck on most at 2-1 return point for the net. A little bit too on the right side. Back at is it Bergeron or Charlie Coy? Honey, I'll go back now par Marchand. Turn around par Toronto, mais pas try to get outside the zone. Finally go par Manor. Manor a 3-2 for Toronto. Kick out the puck now. Intercept now by I think it was Carlo, the puck bouncing back on the right side. Ulmark recovery by Toronto. Down the puck to opposite corner. Stop by Justin Holden. Intercept the puck to the wall. And battle with Kretschek. And intercept by Nylander. Turn around. Nylander try the puck right now. Keep control the puck. Finally, the Boston Bruins long for the puck. Lab the puck on the defensive zone of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Star in South Florida is coming this weekend. Yes, Dave, you should look around, walk around with the kids. That'd be great. Guys, a great success story so far. Point met Jakai show a flash of solid puck moving skill, shooting and passing. I'll be disagree with you about Jakai, guys. He's not a puck mover. He's not a guy carrying the puck a lot. That first one over there. We have a penalty right now for the Boston Bruins. First power play for the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight. Clinton got an ice stick or tripping on this one. We want to reset now on the defensive of the Boston Bruins. It's just first time for the Toronto tonight. We're going to set up the power play. One over there. Jakai, guys. He has for me, a puck mover below average or average max. Shooting on the net is good. Passing, it's average. How many times you see the pass behind the skate or not on the tape to tape? But again, he's a young man. He need to improve those quality. So for me, if you scouting the players, I don't see those attributes to him. I would see a physical players on the defensive zone. And that would be something. Shoot the puck through the seam. He looked like his seam is very well. That another quick quality he has. But on the flip side, really not great on the position of his stick, his body on defensive zone. Take a lot of create a lot of turnover, 2 versus 1, where he go on the really bad decision where you have other thing happening, he go behind. So it'll be interesting to see that. Anyhow, 5 versus 4 right now, power play for the Boston Bruins and for the Toronto Maple Leafs, attacking now. Manos coming to the right side, hold the puck to the wall, back to Tavares, hold the puck now. The Toronto intercept the puck, don't play the puck on defensive zone, and recover by O'Reilly. Riley pass the puck to the wall. Intercept now by the Nylander. Nylander to red line. Nylander pass the puck on offensive zone by the Toronto. Tackle the puck right there to Bunting. Bunting shoot the puck. Black shutter on the side. Back to Nylander. Go back to Manor. Manor pass the puck again. And they go over Ilmark. Langhorn intercept the puck. The puck bouncing back to Manor. The puck back over there. And chasing now by Frederic. Frederic intercept the puck. Frederic behind the net. Hold the puck a little bit longer. Pass the puck to the right side. Hold the puck by Chadikor. Pass the puck Fonberg. Shoot the puck. Hit the but on PK. It's Derek Foberg scored the first goal of the night for the Boston Bruins. A turnover by Mitch Marner. And that way, the Boston Bruins take the lead 1-0 on PK tonight. 1-0 for the Boston Bruins. Very quiet night so far, but the Boston take the final way to score the first goal of the night. Again, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Boston score. Foberg. I think this is his 4th of the year for Foberg. On the PK, shooting the goal. Assist by Coy and by Frederic. Wow. That's a big goal for the Boston Bruins at this moment. Great. Coach, who do you see at the biggest fall and the standing after the All-Star game? That's a great question about this one over there. It's hard at the All-Star game, right? Because I would say to you, you don't know the trade deadline. I wish that question would be in March 3rd so you can compare. Right now, I'm a little bit concerned about the Minnesota Wild. That's a team I think could be a struggle. I'm a little bit concerned about the Washington Capitals. That will be another team I can see they're going to struggle right now for them. If I take one team for both divisions, on the team or in the playoff right now, that's what would be my best team. You know, I think Nashville will be, you know, but they are not the playoffs. So if you think about team on the playoff, I think both teams right now I'm talking about are Washington and Minnesota Wild. I'm a little bit concerned about this. Toronto are taking down the right side. Hold the puck at their game camp. Any party blind. Justin shoot the puck. Bring and for that we have another penalty, I believe. And for that one, we have some pushing all the way back between Kretschek and go back over there. Jakai proved over 65 overall game. He was great in the Mirror Cup. He was great in the Mirror Cup. Yes, Rick, he was good on the Mirror Cup. No problem. You're awesome. Well, they prim our Buffalo Bing tonight. Go Saber, go play. My simple challenge with Sarkowski is really as proving nothing on the small ice. Go out to the end. And has not played a high volume of game. Yeah, and C player did not play enough game. Yep. About this, beat the WHL and the QM Champ and the Merrill Cup. Rick Bengal Hamilton Bulldog beat the WHL and QM. I think the Hamilton lost the Merrill Cup last season. No, I think QM won the Merrill Cup last season. No, my friend Boston Toronto. Jakai play again a goalie in the Mirror Cup. It beat them. Yeah, they beat Edmonton exactly. I see Jakai as a Ben Sherratt, a clone. What for undrafted is incredible. Yeah, Ben Sherratt could be on the same level. Rick, I like that. I just feel like Benchaya is a third pairing in NHL, not a second pairing like he played with Montreal and the Florida Panthers and then with the Detroit Red Wings. They have an excellent development team, in my opinion. So Sakowski and the guy let them develop. Gary Cournoyer. Again, we don't see, we're not negative right now. The guy has the most potential as rookie defenseman. Completely disagree with you guys. Jesus. If you think Albert Jekai, he has the most potential at all Habs rookie defenseman, the Montreal Canadiens never going to make the playoff in NHL. If you're thinking Albert Jekai is going to be a number one defenseman in NHL for any team, we are in the trouble. I'm sorry, but completely disagree with that part over there. Completely disagree with that part over there. About this. As the most potential rookie defenseman, has the most potential, I don't think so. I think you cannot consider Jekai on the same level like Kaden Cooley. Like, it's like you put Sidney Crosby on the same page like Nick Suzuki. Like, Suzuki is never going to be Crosby, and Jekai was never going to be Cooley. For me, that's what they are. Toronto on power play right now, control the puck on the right side, shoot the puck right there, to rally, back to minor, fire puck, black shot by the defenseman of Boston Bruins, intercept now by Bonding, I believe, turn around by Nylander, return the puck to Tavares, pass the puck behind the net to Minor to the left side of Hillmark, Minor pass again to Tavares, hold the puck to goal line, bring the puck to blind, set up by Raleigh, lose the puck after the puck bouncing over his stick, go back on 50 seconds to remaining. Now Toronto attacking, 2 versus 1, Minor's coming now, Minor shoot the puck, he score, and a turnover. Great pass by Samsonov, and Toronto Maple Leafs tied the game 1-1 on the power play goal versus the Boston Bruins after a very bad play by the Boston Bruins. Turnover on the very bad shift, I would say to you. And we have to give credit for the Boston Bruins. Minor, 19 of the season, assisted by Samsonov. Unbelievable. Great play by Samsonov. 1-1. Minor, 19 of the season. Power play goal. Assisted by 35. Cool. Samsonov at 1 point tonight. If you have Samsonov on your fantasy, it'll be great. William Boston, and that goal just action to hit. Coley is the best defenseman rookie season on the Habs. I think he will add a be surprised by MEILLEUR. About this, Manor fold. Coach, I think the majority of the poster disagree with you as a guy, negativity. I agree. Not a problem with me about this. And again, I'm not negative. It's not negative. You ask an evaluation of the players. I just respond to you. And I said he's bad. And I said he should not play in NHL. I just not see him the way you see Jekai. That's the trend between you and me. And I said I'm right. And I said you're right. It's not said it puts you with negativity. I just tell you where I feel like who Jekai is on my eyes. The time we tell you if you are right, the time will tell me if I'm going to be right. Yeah, absolutely right, DJ, about this defenseman. Yeah, that's why Minor earned his big dollars. Rick, I'm a big MEILLEUR already. And coach, you overrate Harris. Dimish is large negative. Again, I think you don't see the game very well. I just said to you, Jordan Harris is the number 3, the most TOI in NHL, behind Owen Power and over Jake Sanderson. He have 900-minute play TOI this season for Jordan Harris. I think for me, Harris is the most consistency players for the Montreal Canadiens on the defensive. And I say it's the better one. More consistency, most. He have a bad game yesterday, yeah. About this, he played many times on the right division and he gets there. But you have to see how smart he is, how he's really good with his stick, everything like that. In my eyes, he brings some dimension Montreal does not have right now. at this moment. And the future, I don't know. But for me, Jordan Harris played very well this year with the Montreal Canadiens. Two defense about this, Rick. With all the respect, I mean it. I think coach put a lot of weight on the Petit Great Ben, number one overall. Mean a lot of coach in Beck as a better Slava. That's a great point about this, Rick. Again, how you can, you have to realize what Beck is going to bring on the table and what Sakoski. Now, we said to you, Rick, I would not be surprised when Beck play with Sakoski on the second line. I think that would be a good match about that. The key is to see if Owen Beck can become a second line in NHL or a third line. That would be where we need to figure out with time. Yeah, the potential is really there about this, Rick. Like Sakoski. I don't see Sakoski top line, but I don't see Owen Beck top line. It's really there and between the second and third line. Not a bad way. Boston attacking now. Should have puck in front of that. Rebound. Toronto intercept. Back to Langholm. Langholm set up now. Langholm return. Should have puck in front of that. Miss the net. Recovery by the Boston in the right corner. Hold the puck right now. Toronto in the trouble right now. Pack Langholm. Pass on the back door. Should have puck. And they said, I said Boston and Toronto in the back and the trouble right there. We can see that goal. I think it's Brandon Carlo score. And the Boston Bruins take the lead 2-1. And that way, after I can feel it, I can smell it. The Boston Bruins take the lead 2-1 over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Carlo. Turnover par Lindgren. Second of the year for Carlo, guys. Assisted by Langholm and Coy. Second point of the night for Coy. Samson will make a save. We're going to reset there. We have a TV timeout. We're going to give it time to reset the clock here. Face-off is still 50-50, by the way. 16 block shot by the Boston Bruins tonight. Wow. We still have it. C'est un plaisir. Dan, good evening. Dan Asham and Colette Asham. Seven member from Sweden is in the house. Welcome aboard, Stephen. Hopefully doing well. Glad to see you around. Hopefully the business doing good. Yeah, sorry, Julien, about this. Logan Mayo has all the box check. Be a very good defenseman. 6'3", 200. Elite skating, elite good scoring, transition, and passing. Mayo is very good. The only problem he has to fix is the defensive zone coverage and the backwards. He's still to work on his edge work skating. That's why his biggest problem on defensive zone coverage. He's still young. He's still behind about 12 to 18 months behind everybody. So you have to catch up. But the potential of Logan Mailloux is there for sure. We'll see how he's going to be. But he will be another great physical defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens for sure about Mailloux. Watching with Beck. Hi, junior hockey game tonight, Dan. Awesome. Glad to see you. Junior win the World Cup. Rick, exactly what I thought. Maillot is in my great hope. Pierre Martin is selection, one Women's Cup. They both say Great Edmonton and found out exactly about this one over there. Let's go late. We need a goal for the. I do not see Jagai as the most potential. That is cooling. You're absolutely right about this. Rick, about this, I agree with you. And I thought watching it with Peg Ice Game. Here we go. Jagai bigger and more Zorulka Cooley. About this. Yeah, but you can be durable and you can be bigger. That's not make you the best player on the ice. Does it make sense? Phil Kessel, the most Iron Man in NHL, but he's not the best player in NHL, right? That's my point behind that. Goalie is clearly the best defenseman on this, not ever close. I agree with you about this one over there. We have penalty, I believe. Has been a keep in the lineup by MSF for a very good reason. Yeah, you expect him to become a good... He have a hockey sense, guys. Again, we're not negative about Jakai. We explain by WST what he think about Jakai, how he bring IDs, and we just comments about how we see Jakai. That's it. Yeah, no negative there. Woody woke up would open the chocolate factory. All right, rookie. Jakai gets special credit for being a physical present enforcer. Yeah, that's the way to see that. And then we'll go back now on the defensive zone. Boston don't play part behind the net. We have 6 minutes to go remaining. Go back to Bergeron, I believe. Pass the puck to the blue line. Hold the puck behind the goaltender. Intercept by Toronto Maple Leaf. Pinch by Bergeron on the right corner of the Samsonov. Kerfoot battle with Roddy Smith. Intercept the puck. Shoot the puck, miss the net. Go back to the blue line. Boston hold the puck back to the set up by Forward. Pass the puck to the blue line. Reset the puck to Forward. Intercept by Toronto Maple Leaf. Get out of the zone. At 3 versus 2. Nylander attacking now the middle. Kick out the puck to the right side. Back to Jack Crook. Shoot the puck. Ulmek make a save. Rebound in front of that. Great back checking. Well, you talk about great defenseman. Lane home. Just save a goal right there. The way he covered Kerfoot. Shoot the puck in front of the net. The puck bouncing back to the right side. Left side. Samson up. Recovered by Boston Brown. Hold the puck in front of the net. But intercept now the blind. Fire puck Lane home. Sensor make a save. Rebound the right side. Intercept now by Lane Green. Lane Green return the puck behind the net. But Foligno intercept. The puck battle in Devin Camp. We have Devin Camp. Foligno. We have I don't know who it was. Anyway, Toronto win the battle. Go back outside the zone by Morgan, by Devin Camp. Intercept now. And from the bench of Toronto Maple Leaf. Set up. Don't play the puck behind Ilmark. The puck bouncing back behind the goaltender. Reset now with less than 5 minutes to go remaining on this period. Go back now by Carlo. Don't play the puck. Carlo scored the second goal of Boston Bruins tonight. Second of the season. Go back around the board. Now go back behind the net. Set up by... Boston Bruins, Justin Holt, pass the puck to Ekval. Don't pay by the goaltender. Intercept by Ulmark. Just paying by now by Lingholm. Pass the puck to Carlo. Pass the puck to opposite corner. Intercept now by Charlie Coy. Paying the puck to Pat Zaka. I believe don't pay by the goaltender. Chasing now by Justin Holt in front of the Frederic. The puck bouncing back on defensive zone to the Toronto, the Boston Bruins. Krejcik. Return the puck to Charlie Coy. Return the puck behind the net. Set up now by Krejcik. Long stretch pass now by Frederic. Frederic skating the puck. Pass the point neutral zone. Kick out of Toronto to Boston's coming on the left side. And sends it up by Charlie Coy. Intercept by Giordano. Use the ball. Intercept by Coy. Pass the puck to the right side. Boston at the blind. Hold the puck a little bit more. Pass the puck to Krejcik coming back around in front of the net. Turn around. And then Toronto Manos coming out. Go back now, Manos. Shoulder check left and right. And for the bench of Boston. Keep the puck at the red line. On the offensive zone. Manos coming out on the left side. Ulmark. Change the direction. Point in front of the net. Tip in front of the net. No chance. Recovered by the Boston Bruins. David Krejcik at the blue line. At the red line. In front of the bench. Don't put the puck in the left corner. Pinching for himself. Brody first one to get there with Krejcik. Krejcik win the battle. No gaff. Pass the puck his teammates. Pass the puck now to Forward. To the right side of Samson up. Hold the puck now. Bring the puck to the blind. Holding the puck by Taylor Hall. Hall to the opposite corner. Hall's coming out. Turn around. Bring the puck to the blind. Holding now by Krejcik. Return the puck to Carlo. Pass the puck now to Carlo. Shoot the puck in front of the net. The puck bouncing back. All the back on the left side. Samson up. Battle with Krejcik and Brody. Recovered by Boston. Bring the puck to the blue line. Hold the puck now by Forward. Return the puck to Pasnak. Hold the puck now be at the blue line. Hold the puck. Fire puck. Black shot. Samson up. No rebound. We're going to be on the left side of the right side of Samson up. With less than 3 minutes to go remaining, guys, on this period between the Boston Bruins and the Toronto Maple Leaf. 2-1 Boston Bruins right now over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Here we go. Jackai is a good 4, 5, 6 minutes on this team. You're absolutely right about this, Rabinov. I think it could be a third pairing. If ever it developed properly, greatly, and everything like that, it could become a second bubble, second pairing. That would be so. I think a number 4, 5, you said you nailed it. I completely agree with you, Coach. I love Jackai. I like John Ferguson was not the reason I sound so many cap with Blair Ferguson, Jackai. Yeah, that would you see that. That'd be great. Congratulations, rookie. You're wearing the Leave Jersey Agriculture. You are not negative at all. I like another Coley, Jackai Baron, WST. Winnipeg Ice, Funny Vincent. Aber Jackai in English. I missed the threat between the Leaf and the Bruins for Jake. Larry Lavallee knocked the door. Welcome back in the house. Thanks to be with us tonight. One thing, guys, I love our defense prospect. Well said, Rick. Guys, this is great. You have Mailloux right there, right? Yeah, Cooley, Jackai, Hudson. It's just more and more and more. And I can go all the way like this right there. You know, you have Hudson, Mailloux right there on the prospect. And you have to develop Cooley, Jackai right there. That's give you 4. And that's not including the other one. We can go deeper with other name. And that's what really Montreal is right there. And I'm not be surprised Montreal select the right defenseman at the draft. But this is another subject. Again, there's a coach is brutally honest. Great to see. Thanks so much, William. Game over. Jackai. Harris, a terrific shooter, cannot handle the physical play and make a bon play. Harris don't have a great shot. I agree with you about this, but maybe if for all the players, the smartest players, for everyone they have, Harris is maybe the smartest one. And so he suck it up a lot. Like when I said he suck it up, he learned a lot. And he's really smart. He's a really human being, smart players Montreal has. So he may be not physical, right? He's maybe not a great shot, but he's a guy, he can make the play bigger by the way he play his position, by his stick. The way he enter, he will stop another player, just the way he put his position face to other players. The details of the game, that's what Jordan Harris is. If you look about the flash of the game, the highlights of the game, Jordan Harris not going to be that players. But that's what is Jordan Harris. Is a guy can intercept someone, stop someone with the stick and the position of it. Now Toronto attacking right now on the left side of Ulmark, checking the puck right away back, pushing in front of the net by Carlo. No penalty right there. Go back by the net. Pressure by the Toronto Maple Leafs. 1:30 seconds to go remaining. Go back to Nylander at the blind. Hold the puck now. Pass the puck behind the goaltender. Go in the front of the net. Boston try to get back outside. That's another bad play by Boston. Go back and shoot the puck by Lindgren. Intercept now. Shoot the puck. Stop by Ulmark. The puck behind the net. Intercept by Charlie Coy. Coy went out loud. The puck on the puck bouncing back on defensive zone. It's going to be a new plus coming for both teams. Go back now by Lindgren. Lindgren hold the puck. We have 65 seconds to go remaining. Go back in front of the net. In front of the Boston Bruins bench. Go to back on defensive zone and go to regroup. 60 seconds to go. 1 minute to go remaining on this second period. 2-1 Boston Bruins. Turn around now à neutral zone. Don't pay par Ulmark. Go back now by Clifton. Return the puck to Krejcik. Krejcik pass the puck to opposite corner. Back to Zakop. Zakop pass the puck to Forward, I believe. Don't play the puck by Foligno. behind the net. Brody feel the pressure. Barkley now pinching by forward. The puck stay in the zone by the Boston Bruins. Love the puck behind goaltender Samsonov at 35 seconds to go remaining on this second period. Still 2-1. Go back now. It's got attacking by the Boston, by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Hold the puck, pass the puck now. That Brody shoot the puck. Mac McKesson in front of Raleigh. Go behind the net. Redcheck is behind the net. Now puck intercepted by Mike Foligno. Attacking now in front of the bench of Toronto. Foligno hit by Eric Vaughan. Intercepted Toronto Maple Leafs. Dumping the puck now. Hold the puck by Captain. Shoot the puck. Mac McKesson on the right side. Tavares now on the corner. Pass the puck now to opposite corner because Toronto intercepted the puck. Goes reset on defensive zone. Mark Riley shoot the puck on the opposite corner of Ulmac. Pinching right now. And the winning by the Kretschek will be the end. Here we go. We have right now the end of the second period between the Toronto and the Boston Bruins. We have 3 goals during that period. Toronto take the lead, Boston take the lead 1-0 at the beginning of the second period. Bunting look is complaining about the ice stick and the face, and we have no call on that one over there. And Brendan and Bunting hit the board and cut in the nose, and now is furious on the bench. Anyhow, that's not changed anything. We're going to get back on the intermission number 2 between both teams. And we have 3 goals on that period, like I mentioned to you guys. We have Faubert for the year on the short and dirt at 6:57, assisted by Coy and Frederic. Manor tied again, power play, 9:25, 19 of the year by a great pass by Samsonov. And then Carlo, 3 minutes later, scored second of the goal of the season, assisted by Lingholm and Coy. Charlie Coy, 2 assists tonight. And we have 8 shots by the Boston Bruins for 21 and 9 shots for the Toronto Maple Leafs for 23. And that gives you guys all the stats you need to know tonight between both teams. Let's see what's happening in Buffalo. If we have a change, still 3-1 after 40 minutes. And will be interesting if Buffalo can come back in the game. We know Carolina play both back-to-back game tonight. We're going to get there. Black shot 17-8. 9:15. There we go. All the updates are done. We are ready to rock and roll. The play the same without Mustache Matthews. Montreal is under the same why I'm super sad with this team. Wonderful slap with Beck. I agree. Rick Matthew is vacationing in Arizona. Gogol. Most had discussion from not impressed with Harris, especially his physical weak play. And again, you don't have to be physical in hockey. If you stop, I don't want to compare Harris to Lidstrom, but Nicholas Lidstrom was not the most physical defense player in NHL, but he was the most best defenseman in NHL. Pavel Tkachuk, he was not the most physical players, but he was the most grinder, the most greats and NHL grinder to pick up the puck a battle 1-1. Not because he hit the guy, because he picked up the puck with his stick. That's its fun right there. If you're looking for physical, yes, you can have Jacky, but who has less mistake in the game since the beginning of the season? Jacky or Harris? That's how you evaluate players. If you want only flashy stuff, highlight stuff, right? At Jacky. But if you know the more efficacious, the most important players to stop a player 1-1, to make the little details of the game, Harris is overall better. But again, they are on the progression, both of them. Do you build Jordan Harris to be a part of you in the future? I don't think so. I think you need to have better. You cannot have Jacky and Harris and your team at the same time. I feel Jordan Harris is going to be traded at some point to open the door for other better players in this organization. And that's the reason I said Jacky is going to be a third pairing defenseman for the Montreal Canadiens. Lane Hudson. If you think that way, WST, But Lane Hudson never going to be in NHL. You're never going to become a good player because you're thinking physicality is only the part of the reason a player should play in NHL. Lane Hudson is not going to be that part of there. I can mention Tony Kruk, Jared Spurgeon, Adam Fox. If you want to compare Adam Fox, the defensive zone coverage, the ability he has with his stick, that's what Harris does with his stick. And I said Harris is like Adam Fox. I'm just talking the different ways to you to understand. And NHL, it's not only the physicality of the game. You don't have to hit anybody. You have other way to battle a 1-versus-1. That's the way. Justin Barron, that's what you need to learn. Barron, use his stick better. You don't have to hit the guy all the way through the glass, but you have to find a way to get better on the battle 1-versus-1. That's game right there, folks. Bruins got this game for Jake McEnway. On the turn, yeah, this thing together. Jonathan score the best thing. Trade Josh Anderson to the league and can win a cup this season. I was praying for to see Beck with a Sarkisian Junior at the same time. I was on my knees praying for that. Will be very interesting for that. I think we don't know yet the potential of Owen Beck, right? Like I said, that how he can become an NHL. He have a quick release. His skating is good, but it's not great. I really feel he can become a second center. I'm not sold yet, Rick, but I think he can become that player. With Sakoski, I think it could be a good match, or we don't know the rest after that. But yes, Rick, I think we're on the same page on that one over there. Mathieu is getting and playing the rest of the season. There you go. Thing Mathieu's definitely gonna need. I think we got good Kasaki should play other NHL or since this season. I don't say no. At some point, on the flip side, I would say he's okay what he's still with the Montreal Canadiens because he was around great people. If he was the old staff management, I would say that was bad. But in fact, it was every day with Adam Nicola and with Scott Pellerin. And those people outside of the players, everything like that, and the way he learned, the way he's developed himself, and the way he put his hours, everything like that, to be around those kind of maturity players, the Billet family, where it's a great family, Billet family. All together, I think Sakoski is going to develop great. Wish he played 80 games, I understand that, and the other asset behind. But to be on the CHL or to play in the OHL example and dominate the game, to be the young guy, 16 years old, 17 years old, versus at 34 years old, at 35 years old, at 28 years old, to be with Adam Nicola all day long and to practice the hours, learning the videos, to what they have access to learn every single day, I think that would pay off a long term. That would be, for me, that would be the way. I'm not said I'm not agree with if it would be, but if you think about every around that, I think I slightly believe it was the right decision. And if it would be in the American Hockey League or the OHL, I would say to you, I'm okay with that part too. I'll just give you another way I feel about Sakoski. And again, it's another subject where you're right and I may be right too. It's fun opinion about this one over there. That's simple. Nothing wrong there. Coley, Mayo, Harris, Sobol, Hudson, Trudeau, Barron, Kovacevic, good group. I need to see more for Jaden Stubble. 2 years ago, I had a really bad year with the Northeastern with Jordan Harris. This season, I didn't watch him a lot. I'll be honest with you, it is my lack of commitment about Jaden Stubble. So I'm not going to be a lot different. I'm not going to be against him. And I think one player you have to mention, Rick, is Adam Engstrom inside that group. Right now, I would took Adam Engstrom in front of Stubble, Rick. But again, You think about what you have right there. It's really solid group, the defenseman at long term. And then we don't have to have those players inside of and the team, all of them. Right? You have Jekai, Coley right there, and Mailloux. And Hudson, that's give you 4. I'm not sure if Harris, Tumble, Trudeau, Barron, and Kovacev will be there at long term. But that give you an idea what you get right there. Great point. Langston would be a first pairing defenseman about this. Now, Lane Hudson, can he become the Quinn Hughes? That's the only thing I would say to you, Gary. If you compare to him, my mind has always been Quinn Hughes. You have to have a good use, and Vancouver is alone. You have nobody on the right defenseman. He played with Tyler Myers, everybody else. It's not great. Lane Hudson, I believe, as a second pairing defenseman would be better for me, Gary. Because when you play a first pairing, Gary, and you play against the best player opposite team, Barkov, Matthews, Howe, McDavid, all the way like that, I think the physicality of the game will be maybe a problem at long term for him, like the battle and everything like that. And when I said that, it's like we can be smart, but at some point you're 160 pounds and not going to battle a guy with 225 pounds. I think a second pairing defenseman that would be the best fit for him as the third, third 9. Put him like a number 3 on that team or number 4. But your unit number 1, he had the potential to run a power play in NHL at any time. So that would be the way I would see this, Gary. Again, you're not wrong. That's just my own opinion about this. It's still available about this. Now he retired, by the way, but he's available, but he's retired. Colbert came on LDS tonight. Look at Boston. You're absolutely right about this. Not sure about the settlement, the Sarkozy. I think Montreal staff will know what they're doing. Julien, yeah, you have to give credit for what Montreal does. Again, nothing against them. But I think we have different opinion. If you compare Hudson to Mailloux, the only thing Hudson has is offensive threat. Better hands, better vision, hockey sense, shifty. Mailloux has guys like a great power play shot. He have a great slap shot. A one-timer shot, everything like that. He's physical. A big guy, can fight, is 6'4", everything like that. But you have a lot of attributes he don't have yet. Again, as a HH is behind because he did not play for over 16 months. The potential is become great with him. But how big he's going to become, how he's going to be, I'm not sure yet. Not sure about Lane Hudson yet. And he say is not WHL, OHL. About it, maybe got a nice. I would say to you, Rick, I watch a lot Lane Hudson. Like I said, he had a potential to become a Quinn Hughes in NHL or a Gretzky for the Boston Bruins example. You know, Quinn Hughes is an elite defenseman. Gretzky is great defenseman, not an amazing defenseman. Does that make sense? I think that's a great compare there. Can Lane Hudson become a Gretzky or he become a Quinn Hughes? That makes sense. Julien, he will have an opportunity to make the ab political or not. Julien, Mailloux missed a year with separation of the best enjoy. Remember that? Yep. Again, I'm not against her about Mailloux at all. Not at all. But you're absolutely right. Minor is so good. You're absolutely right about this. Rate management, that's a common sense. And the likes, Danny said. Right, and I remember that. Rick, I saw the game. He was injured in Spitfire. Listen, getting that. Good one, Danny. It was a bad fall on that shoulder. I watched that game, wasn't it? But boy, there we go. Coach Woody Snyder, do you agree with me? Buffalo is a dark horse. It will make the playoff. Yes and no. So yes, they are a dark horse. The problem will be how the goaltender can carry on them. if you want to ask me this question, I would feel more comfortable right now to say Islanders have better chance to make the playoff over Buffalo Sabres. Come on, coach. Because the Zorokin and the goaltending. When you have a great goaltender, he can carry on you all the way. The Buffalo Sabres, this is the biggest problem, is the goaltending. Now, both of them are that move to Islanders, but Buffalo make a move. That's changed completely everything. I'm not sold on Buffalo to make the playoff yet because the situation on the defensive zone, on the defense, and on the goaltender. They have a great defenseman, but that team, when you're going to hit the trade, the deadline in March and April, you have a period of 7 weeks, 6 weeks. That period is become hockey playoff. Every night, playoff, physical. They fight. And they fight for the spot. And it's become another game, guys. And that's what I feel Buffalo is going to missing, those kind of elements to make that team to make the playoff. Right now. Now, if they add 1 or 2 players, everything changes. It could be with Buffalo, Colorado, Minnesota, Winnipeg, Dallas, everything like that. But that's the team. If you look about all the team right now, they are quiet to can make a big splash and to make a big name join their team, guys. Don't forget the Dallas Star. The Dallas Star with Jim Neal have the possibility to add an amazing, great hockey player. I don't know if it's going to be Patrick Kane, Timo Meier, Jacob Chikron. I don't know. But I feel you have one team could make a big splash is the Dallas Star at the trade deadline. The time we tell us. And second this year, we need to pick up best goalie available. Yeah, it could be in that area for sure. Scored, but not smart on the ice. Whether Luton again, forgetting that. Subit Lee, ref, Michel Clusy said, I'm in the facts. Andrew, welcome aboard. Thanks to be with our connection. You can wait with the murder. Yeah, after living in authentic that. Who beside me think use will make a trade before the All-Star break as or I do? I don't see that, Ellen. When you talk about the trade, I don't see this happening at the All-Star game. I could be wrong here. Now, if you talk about minor, can they trade that enough, or can they make something like that, or But if you think about a trade like Monahan and Munson, or a big, something like that, I don't see that right now. Where do you predict the Leaf will finish at the end of the playoff? I still believe the Leaf could win the first round, Andrew. At this moment, now at the trade deadline, everything could change, Andrew. But I feel good about this for this year, Andrew. Our friend who has a blade parental nice, I believe, they play for the Habs on a golf course, Andrew. And then gave, I think, there's a momentum at the trade deadline time, and the deal would be after the weekend. That's what I'm thinking about this. Where do you predict the Leaf would finish at the end of the playoff? You're going to go see Halifax game. I will be by your beer. We are at the third hour from Halifax, and we shop. Predict Leaf win the cup. Rick, I hate the Leaf. Same as Bush Goring grading for New York Islanders. So yeah, Bush Goring was an amazing, great hockey player. Number 91. Going was that one. We're going to set the third line, guys. A great conversation tonight. And I apologize for people thinking I was doing all the game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's just like I think it turned around to be a great conversation tonight at the Hockey National Show. Bush Goring. What is going on here? Slow down, coach. You're going to Blue Basket. Camille Paba Harris picking up bad pit from the veteran IMO. You will never find proof. I will tell you this of him. My daughter date Brandon Gilbert, son of Greg Gilbert. Coach, today is 30 years anniversary of Batman being commissioner of the Campbell Trivania. And your opinion is Batman. Was longer your opinion or been in? I would say I know people don't like Batman. For me, Batman did a great job as a commissioner for the hockey national show for the NHL. He promote the game, he marketing the game, increasing the revenues, make the people make more money, players, owners, everybody like that, and it's becoming international. This is, guys, the first year in NHL All-Star game. You have zero Québécois, zero French players born in Montreal or the province of Quebec, born French, are going to play the All-Star game this year. The only one speak French is the coach Jim Montgomery. 27% of the players play the All-Star game this year is born in Canada. This is the lowest number players born in Canada. Why? Is it bad? No. It's because the hockey is become international. And one reason, I think, is the development and the evolution of Gary Bettman did for the market, for the NHL. That's the reason I said, for business side, everything where we are now, Bettman did a great job. Is it always perfect? No, like anything else. But I think Bettman overall, he did a good job. Great question, William, about this one with that. They can make all the move the world, but it's about mindset is a good one. Sake will not work. And Hoffman make a save on this one. Trading Slag will be on work, and he will be a different player come next September. Trading card on the what mark, and it's still wrap up the games package. No, Jeff, I think on spot as a elimination once on the goal. And then on top, there are no trade freeze, push game, and a certain waste. There are no trade freeze only at Christmas. Yeah, you're absolutely right about this. No Christmas. No freezing at the All-Star game. But usually you don't have those kind of make a trade like that at the All-Star game. Yeah, maybe negotiation. They may be returned after the All-Star game. But I don't see that happening. I go to the game and you say it came mostly about the TV deal, everything. About this, I know is ahead. Haven't been the held. So how to think Jeffrey at the market. Listen, it will be in the NHL style is everything a growing. I'm not sure it'll be an all-star, but we'll be in the international market. Christmas time for sure. Also, believe it's just about this one. One of the things is one of the sport. You see that he has a very, very. The Boston Bruins score, by the way, I apologize for that one. I was reading on the chat. 3-1, the Boston Bruins. Greer, I believe, scored for the Boston Bruins. I take the lead 3-1. Fifth of the year by Greer. Turnover. Kemp tried to get him on the back end. Hooking with it, but what a great shot over the glove of the Samsonov. Greer. Fifth of the year. A sip at Lunko. We have a fight. Simon and Greer. Here we go. Greer got the big fight right there between Simon and Greer. Simon won this battle all the way. After the goal, Greer come back and fight one Simon. And that's happening about this one over there. Nothing else. And go from there. The first punch. 3 punch again. Wow. Simon completely beat Greer on that one over there. Do you think Vancouver can keep going use? I heard rumor it would be trade block. I don't think so, Ellen. I think he will stay in the Vancouver Canucks. A lot of rumors talk about the New Jersey Devils looking to reunite or united all the 3 U's together, the 3 brothers. But look like from what I heard from Martin Brodeur today, I don't see the New Jersey trade for Quinn Hughes. And I don't think so. What Vancouver will trade, they have the only defenseman they are good over there is Quinn Hughes. Toronto attacking now. Sending through the puck. McMaster with the glove. No rebound. Going to reset on the right side. McMaster in front of my J. More business on our deserve to make money. We'll have our app prospect. Passionate chat tonight on the prospect. Absolutely about this one over there. Dallas need minimum 2-3 additional players to be a real Stanley Cup contender. Go back now, Toronto, hold the puck at the blue line, shoot the puck in front of the net. McMaster, rebound for net, rebound the left side. Marner recover the puck, Marner pass the puck in front of the net to Tavares, to Marner. Tavares bring the puck to the blue line, set up to Raleigh, pass the puck to the bit side to Brody. Brody intercept the puck, bounce in the puck, Boston try the puck outside the zone, intercept by Marner. But finally, puck back on the side. A 2-1 for the Boston Bruins. Smith on the right side, Smith looking out, pit the puck right there, and he missed the puck, unfortunately, at the last second for the Samson. But Boston keep controlling the puck by Marchand. Marchand lose the puck last second. Marchand ball went out in front of the Bunting. Intercept now by Clifton. No call of that. Bunting is still upset about this one there. Go back. Bunting go back and front the bench. Bunting have a really difficult night tonight. He cannot believe it for the referee on that one over there. He said, "Are you kidding me?" And now smiling and look about on the board about this one there. Want to see the replay on this, if I have a holding or not. By Marchand again, Bunting. We miss now the 2-1 Marchand to Greg Smith. A great stick by Tavares on that one there. We're going to see the call. Wow. I don't know if Bunting sold it a little bit, and then he pointed. Very funny one about this one over there. Cool stop, William. Game over. I'm gonna go watch a movie instead. Have a good night. Jake fight about this. Gray went out, go to the bench for possibility concussion. Will be interesting to see him. Best out the Bruins best. I hate to disagree with you, coach. Batman is Sling Bean. About that, go back to the blind, shoot the puck by Jordan over the shoulder of Ulmark. Intercept now the right side by Justin Holt, but Boston still the puck. Pass the puck to David Pasternak. Hold the puck on the back door, no chance, but recovery by Clinton from the net, and intercept by the Nylander. Attacking now Toronto at 3-2. Hold the puck now, recovery become a 3-3 on the back end. Ulmark make a save, go back to Nylander, recovery puck after the pass in front of the net to Kerfoot. Kerfoot now on the left side, Ulmark bring puck in front on the left side, the puck bouncing. We have a pushing on the left side of Ulmark, make a save with the right. We're going to reset on the left side of Ulmark. Going took a hard right for Simons. Yeah, I'm sorry about this, and then you want to the coach mine on Bittman. I think is a rat too. So anyways, reset that. Look, welcome aboard. Look at thanks to be with the Hockey Nation Live Show. What do you have, Simon? Trebate, Gray. But our score, look like Fortune watching the game. After that, we're going to watching. Dylan, welcome aboard. Dylan, I somehow leave, come back to win. I will laugh so hard. Dylan, Roger with the Fleur Panthers pen, Fleur logo. Dylan, I hope you're doing well. Thanks you stop by. The initial owners, less they love Batman. He make money on the owners. That's what the word live in. Yeah, I'm sorry about this. Thank you so much, Danny. Keep continuing this. Pierre, ça va? Job post about Batman on Hockey Nation Live. Papier, mon look, toi. Here we go. People are happy about this. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. Right now, we have 5 versus 5. Evans throwing the puck, bouncing back in front of the bench at Toronto. Recovery by Brody. Pass the puck now to Eggwall. Tip the puck behind Ulmark. Ulmark play the puck. Run the puck on the board. Intercept out to the wall by Camp. Return the puck to Eggwall. Eggwall will now hold the puck all the way back and shoot the puck in front of the net for Joe Anderson. The battle for the puck is still by Anderson, playing the puck to opposite corner. And now battle with Pierre Eggwall in front of Langholm. Now get out of the zone by Zaka on one hand. Intercept now by Anderson, bring the puck behind the net. Toronto pass the puck to Eggwall. Eggwall control the puck, ran out to the wall. Eggwall shoot the puck, missed the net completely, bouncing back to opposite corner. Brody keep the puck deep zone in the zone of the Toronto Maple the Boston Bruins. Carlo behind the net, battle to the opposite corner. Battle now to the Boston Bruins, dumping the puck in the on defensive zone. We have no call on the icing. Brody pass the puck to the neutral zone to Eggwall. Now back to Raleigh. Now intercept by David Presnack. Ekbal finally down the puck neutral zone. Set up now by Forward. Forward pass the puck to Coy. Coy drop the puck back to All change the direction of the corner. Battle the left side of Zamsonov to the wall. Now get out the zone par Tavares, the captain at the red line. Tavares coming out. And it's a down play park to the right side. And for the Kretschik, helping by Bonding. For the park by Marner. And that's recovered by Marner Benenet. For the Bonding again. Both of them try to get this shoot the puck on the almost impossible angle. Olmark make a save twice. And Marner playing the puck now. Pass the puck to Lindgren. Lindgren for the bench. Now it's coming offensive zone. Lindgren shoot the puck. Opposite corner. Pinch went up by Sandin. Return the puck in front of Taylor Hall. We have a battle behind the goaltender. Behind Bonding and McEnroy pushing one out. Bonding won the battle for the puck to Tavares. No, it's going to be Kerfoot shoot the puck in front of the goaltender Ulmark. McEnroy intercept the puck. Shoot the puck by Toronto. Miss the net completely. Recover in the right corner. Bring the puck to the Kerfoot. Kerfoot's coming now. Pass the puck to Hall. Shoot the puck in front of the net. I think it's Lindgren. Honey Hall. Go back, bouncing back outside the zone. On defensive zone, set up by William Nylander. Nylander attacking now. Nylander with the puck. Control the puck. Nylander the wall. Bring the puck behind the goaltender. In front of Zaka, I believe. Go back behind the goaltender by Kerfoot. Kerfoot the left side. Ulmark. Bring the puck to the line. Set up now by not sure. Shoot back by Giordano. Missed the net completely. The puck bouncing back to the right side. Boston struggle right now. Toronto intercept the puck again by Nylander. Pass the puck to Jack Crack. Return the puck now to Giordano. Hold the puck right now, the blind. Set up by and Nylander. Shoot the puck, miss the net. Finally, the puck go on the Ulmark glove. Go to set up now on the right side. That's what's happening right there. And that's what we got there so far. I forgot which one. Coach, let you pose. Can you see the listen as a list of deal? What's it? En fait, can I see in the initial list of the videos? Coach, let you post. Not sure. Coach, reference it. I forgot which one. With the brush. And then funny, no one talking about Devils assistant coach Andrew Brunette. Arrested of TOI. If the while assistant coach, he would be blast all over the social media, but is a cricket very strange. You're absolutely about this. He got arrested yesterday. Giordano is the league best defenseman right now. William McClary. T'as-tu dans un rang à l'ange gardien, William? We must remember hockey is a French sport and USA out of the big four. You're absolutely about this one. Unfortunately, is the case. We're going to go update the stats. We did not do it recently. 1-2-1-2, 40-60. Not many block shot right now. 24 hit by the Carolina Hurricane lead 4-1. The fan ever know about Brunette? No, better he played Lavande. We must remember, okay, there you go. Jeffrey, remember, so me right, it was mid-draft picks. Thanks so much for all the likes tonight. Fait ça à the right side, Ulmark. Winning par le Toronto Maple Leafs, par le Boston Bruins, par intercept now par le Toronto. The puck bouncing back DD in front of Tavares. Get out par Bergeron. Billy pass the puck to opposite corner to Marchand. Marchand don't pay puck chasé par Riley and Bergeron on the left side of Samsonov. Intercept by Smith. Body back to the wall. Boston play without Jake DeBrusk and Nozek. Go back now. Toronto get out. 2-1. It's coming now. Nylander hold the puck now. Control by front puck over Ulmark. Go back on the opposite corner. Keep control the puck to Nylander. Drop the puck to Roddy. Back to Nylander. And now hold the puck on that side. Great save by Lindholm. Go back to Marchand. The puck bouncing back on front of the bench. Don't put the puck par Marchand behind the Samsonov. A great play par de Ulmark. Go back now par de Marner. Marner attacking the blue line. Holding the puck at the red line. Lob the puck to opposite corner of Ulmark. Chasing now on the right side of the Ulmark. McEnroy battle for the puck in front of Ekval. David Presnak pass the puck to neutral zone. Intercept by Toronto. Going to regroup on the defense on the front of the bench. Don't play puck by Ulmark on the left side. But Boston intercept the puck. Attacking now on the neutral zone. Drive the puck back. Skating went out by McEnroy. Attacking now. McEnroy's coming to the side. McEnroy tries to get around. Intercept now by Toronto. David Camp going to find the puck. Don't play the puck by the board. Intercept by Ekval. Ekval changes direction. Ekval struggle now and create some kind of control, like a mistake right now behind the net. But finally, Toronto is going to get out. Sending pass the puck to Camp. Pass the puck to opposite corner. Chasing out by Bonding, I believe. Turn around the board. The puck go outside the zone. Going to recover by Toronto. Go DDD. Giordano pass the puck to Justin Hall. Pass the puck tip in front of the bench. Intercept by Boston. Don't play puck behind the left side of Samsonov. Play the puck right out. Drive the puck to Giordano. Pass to Hall. When the puck on the board. Get out of the zone by Toronto Maple Leaf. Pass the puck to Giordano. Join the party. Pass the puck to opposite corner Kerfoot. Kerfoot offensive on the left side. Ulmark. Change the direction. Hold back. Got back. Drive the puck behind the net by Jack Crocker. Hit by Clinton. Right in front of the net. Intercept by Justin Hall. Pass the puck to Giordano. The right side. And Mike on the back door. Rebound. And a boo. And the Toronto cut the lead. 3-2. Jack Rock and Kerfoot. We have some kind of bushing right now between the players. Bonding. And now Frederic looking left and right. And bunting over the Boston Bruins. And now we have some pushing by Frederic. And we have all the way back. We have 3 players all the way. We have turnaround. Frederic stuck right there. We have Bunting take advantage of his go down. Now we have Bunting under. And we have right there. See what's happening. But after the goal, the Toronto Maple Leafs, we have some kind of pushing behind the net. Toronto cut the lead from 2-1. It will be interesting end of this game, guys, for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And we'll be in Bunting right now. We're going to see the play again, the replay. Kerfoot bring part the blue line, bring part behind the net. It was pushing by Clinton. Finally, go back at the blue line. Clinton followed Jack Rock. Rebound in front of the net. Clinton tipped the nets, and we have a pushing behind the net from Bunting and Charlie Coy. That was the reason there. That's happening there. Three, 2. Shark Rock. #12 of the season. 55 and all. 3 versus 3. 4 versus 4, guys, for the next 2 minutes. Bonding and Charlie Coy got 2 minutes each for roughing. Just, it's more about the what's available at that pick now, Columbus. We drop the puck right there through. I'll see again. There you go. We're going to drop the puck back. Neutral zone. 4 versus 4. Go back battle neutral zone. Zakov recovery to McEnroy. Pass the puck to Langholm, I believe. Anyhow, Taylor Hall is on the ice. Now go back with Kretschek. Hall control the puck at the red line. He control the puck and hold the puck now. Kick out the puck to Zaka. Pass the puck to Kretschek to Zaka. Zaka's coming now. Zaka on the left side. Zaka behind the net. Hold the puck right now. Keep the puck in front of Brody. Back the puck to blue line. Back to Kretschek. Back to McEnroy. McEnroy scanning puck. Drop to Zaka. Zaka attacking now. Zaka on the front net. Fire puck. Wow. He scored. Wow. What a bad play by Samsonov. A 45 shoot. A shot from the... Wow. Samsonov not very happy about this one over there. He miscalculated that one over there, and that way the Boston Bruins take the lead back up by 2 goals with a goal 4 versus 4. Pavel Zaka score on that one over there. We see that shot over there. Over the glove, inside the post. But again, Samsonov would like to see that goal again, that shot to save it, because honestly, this is not the biggest shot Zachary scored his 10th goal of the year, by the way. And that way, the Boston Bruins take the lead back by 2 goals. Not a very good goal gave by the goaltender. Samsonov 73 of an assist and Krachek. Wow. 4-2. 10:38 to go remaining on this period. Third period to go. N'arrivait pas ballon à la meilleure. It was again Saka good. Samson after a great first struggle now that Lee William offside. Then bit me Pierre. Really bad goal. Yeah, absolutely, guys. 4-1 again, carrying up. Face up on the right side of the Ulmark. Go behind the net, laying home, putting the puck to Clinton. Clinton hold the puck right there in front of Tavares. 4 versus 4, guys. For about, what, 125 maybe. Go back on the right side, controllé by Krachek. Krachek pass the puck to Pasternak. Intercept now. Toronto attacking. Kerfoot now attacking. Kerfoot hold the puck. Kerfoot the right side. Keep controlling the puck right now. Kerfoot finish show the front net. No chance. By intercept at the line by the Toronto Maple Leaf. Turn around behind the net to Kerfoot. Kerfoot to goal line. Hold the puck a little bit longer. Pass the puck to Sandin, I believe. Pass the puck to Kerfoot. Kerfoot use the pass now to Ekval. Ekval return the puck to Kerfoot. Shoot the puck. Black shot by the glove of Ulmark. We have a whistle at this moment. It's all over, but claim for the leave. Super chat to Larry Lavalley. Super chat, Larry. First super chat of the night from Larry Lavalley, directly from Arizona, our friend, supporter of the Hockey Nation Show. Thanks so much for the super chat tonight. Really well done, what he said by Mr. Larry, and we're really happy about this one over there.
Thank you very much. Nice.
Thanks so much. Peter. Pete Winstock in the house tonight. Thanks so much to be with us tonight. Thanks so much, Larry, again. Very kind of you. Jake McEnway said the good news. It will be going to Dubasky and Shannon. It would be really interesting what it would be the off-season Toronto Maple Leafs if ever they got eliminated first round. Columbus pick Carson Colson, sorry for a while, 19 years old. Yeah, Carson did not develop the way they expect. It's going to be interesting how they're going to get a little bit more, but you're absolutely right about this 25th round pick. When you pick guys between 20 to 30, but again, Andre Miller, Shedil for the New York Rangers doing well. But we expect a little bit from them for sure, for him. I agree with you for 3 years. 1-1 another game all season, all downhill. Larry help. Thanks so much, Mr. Larry, for that one there. But now, Mac make another save in front of the left side of the Marner. We're going to reset now on the defensive zone of Boston Bruins. Toronto continues to pushing whatever they are losing by the score 4-2 right now. Thanks so much, everybody, to be with us tonight. Don't forget, this is the last game of the week at the All-Star game. You're going to be following after that. We're going to take a couple of days off here. Not off, but we're going to do example like tomorrow night. We're going to do only a Montreal Canadian talking about the NHL, everything on that tomorrow night. But we're not going to do the All-Star game this weekend. We're going to honestly take a 1 or 2 days off. We'll be back stronger next week, and we'll go from there after that. Here we go. Peter back in the house. Less of 9 minutes to go remaining on the third period in the game. The puck bouncing back and Giordano intercept the puck and find the net. You're going to recover it to the left side. Hopefully, Pete, you're doing well. Pete is a great hockey coach. You travel, guys. A lot of experience, that man, and great knowledge about hockey. Tonight, Dubas is on the block this year, William. Strike. Go back on the left side, Samson up. Ballon now by Frederic behind the net. Can Frederic Bonding have a match before the end of this game? Will be interesting. Go back now by Craig Smith. Return the puck by Boston Bruins. Set up now. Don't pay park a Coy. Pass the puck to opposite corner. Chase it by Pasternak. Hold the puck to the board. Don't pay park to opposite corner. Hold the puck to the wall. Intercept by Toronto Maple Leaf. Get out of the zone. Attacking now by Ekval. Ekval now in the offensive zone. Don't pay park behind the goaltender. Intercept now by Kerfoot. Bring it back to Ekval. Ekval now to the wall. Keep up control the puck right there. Outside the zone by the Boston Bruins. Keep the puck down to the wall in front of Samson off. Possibly an icing will be the call. Langren first one to recover the puck over there. We're going to see what's going on in Calgary right now. We know the Calgary Edmund play tonight. The puck in front of the net now. So shoot the puck in the goal. We have a goal. Pavel Saka and David Krejcik again. I think it's 5-2 right now. I was just turning back at the game. We have a goal right away back over there at 7:41 to go. Guys, David, and then is this Saka again? Yeah, Zaka scored his second goal. Lindgren again, battle for the puck, and then a rebound by Samson up. David Pasternak and found a way to pass the puck to Marchand, I believe. And then we have a goal on the right side, on the left side of Samson off. What a great play. And Krejcik rejoined Zaka. And Czechia line make the Boston Bruins take the lead 5-2 tonight. Again, the Toronto Maple Leaf. Ouch. This is going to be the end for Toronto tonight. You can turn off the lights, but this game is over, honestly, between both teams. I don't see how Toronto can come back on this game tonight. But we'll see what happens in the Toronto Boston Bruins. Again, Zaka score is 11 of the year, guys. Zaka. 11 of the years. Assisted by per first point tonight, Pasternak and Krejcik. There we go. That's what we got so far. Go back behind it. Samson up. Boston holding the puck a little bit more. Bring it by the blind. The puck go stop at the blind. Set up now. DD back to Clinton. Clinton hold the puck now. It's coming. Shoot the puck. Samson, like I said, the puck bouncing back. Toronto lob the puck. Intercept at the blind by forward all the way. Go back on defensive zone. Go to recovery by Boston. Go back again. DD twice. Return the puck again to Clinton. Clinton pass the puck to the wall. Don't be by Boston Bruins. Intercept by Samsonov. Samsonov gave 5 goals. This will be a second loss for Samsonov at home this season. He was 15-1-1 before the beginning of this game tonight with 1.91 at home. Haniel, go back right now. The puck intercept now by Toronto behind the goaltender. Intercept now by Ekval. Return the puck to blind. Giordano back at the Justin Hall. Shoot the puck. Olmark make a save. No rebound. We have 6:22 to go remaining on this game between both teams. That's what we got so far. Boring all-star game. Going to watch a movie instead. Gary, I'm not going to do the game, guys. First of all, I'm not a big fan of the game. But secondly, I will say to you, because the game is afternoon and I'm going to be asleep. And I will keep my energy for the final week. I want to Montreal play back-to-back games. So I just want to mention this to you. Nothing wrong. It's just like I maybe do watching the competitioning night talking. And this year, we're going to do it first time, the Super Bowl, guys. Hopefully, you're going to join me. Tomorrow night, we do the Montreal Canadian. Let's talk Montreal with fun news around the league. And we're going to talk about disappointment, everything like that. I invite you to join me live tomorrow night. Possibly, we'll have some people join me talking about hockey. The warm-up show will return next Monday, next week. And then we're going to go all the way like this for the rest of the season, guys. It will be a busy time for me. All the way to the end of the middle of July. Then we out a couple of weeks. Pull Samsonov, who is the watching the All-Star game. Who watch the All-Star game is going to be in Sunrise. Go Bruins, go Hélène. Yeah, Michelle, not raising good night, take a fork and leave. They are done going anywhere on your time off like Chiang Mai. Or yeah, I'm going to Cournyeyer, Larry, maybe 1 day or 2 days. I'm not sure I will sleep over there. I don't think so. I'm going to take the boat early at the pier, and then it takes about 30 minutes to get there. I just want to learn about Cournyeyer, make some kind of videos so I can start in my other channel the next couple of days about this. It's not over, Michelle said. You're absolutely right. It's not over yet with 5 minutes to go remaining. 7 minutes is only highlight for the Leaf tonight. Yes, sir. Hockey has getting a bit suffer, but still recovered for Jeffrey. 5-1 Carolina Hurricane. Really wrong about this game. On this side, look at Brown oil machine. Wow. You're absolutely right about this. The Boston Bruins. Coach sleep is a good idea for All-Star game. I think it will sleep at two. Yeah, absolutely right about this. I think I need to sleep. And I need to get that. Chiang Mai is since in the summer is colder. You're absolutely right. Chiang Mai is a north of Thailand. He's on my list to do during the summer. I just need to take the train. I think it's take about 14 hours, 12 hours. I'm not sure. But I'm looking forward to get that way for that. We just crossed the 5 minute remaining, guys, of this period, 4:31. It's time for the final countdown. Final countdown between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Boston Bruins. 5-2 for the Bruins with 4:31 to go remaining on this game. And that will be the last game before the All-Star game. And it will be no game tomorrow night. The Bruins always have a good team management or great building winner, Jake McCurney. Zeb is a super body injury. Yeah, did not play tonight. I don't think so. Bones stock look at discount, sorry, to help that team. I mean, to set Tage Thompson. Yeah, you're absolutely right about this one. Half of the table, half under the table. Go back now in the 3rd zone, set up at Toronto. Intercept by the Boston Bruins and hold the puck a little bit more. Less than 4 minutes to go remaining on this 3rd period, end of the game. Go back now by Carlo. Hold the puck behind Samsonov. Samsonov intercept the puck. Play a puck, pass the puck to Ekbal. Ekbal skating to the blue line. Coming to the red line. Hold the puck now. Kick out the puck to Anderson. Pass the puck to opposite corner. Intercept by Grenier. Grenier start taking out the red line. Hold the puck a little bit. Chasing him now by... I think local. Back by Gray. Gray pushing out by Riley. By Kemp. Finally, puck back Justin Hall. Pass the puck into zone. Anderson missed the puck completely. Recovered by the Boston Bruins. Going to regroup. And for the bench of the Boston Bruins. Reset now to the D. Go back to McEnroy. Loud the puck behind goaltender Samsonov. We're going to cross the 3 minutes remaining on this 3rd period. Go back by Kerfoot. Skating with the puck to the blind. To the red line. Sticking in the puck. Turn around by the Boston Bruins. Intercept the puck. Go back to Bergeron, Billy, don't play by the goaltender. Intercept now on the back door by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Boston intercepts the puck now. The puck bouncing back at the left side of the right side. Samsonov finally start the puck with the glove. I'll go to a set on the right side of Samsonov. And we have a TV timeout. We'll see what we have here. Leave a revenge. Look, do the Bruins keep Pasternak if they win the cup? I think so. They will. He deserves to be about $11 million. I think $10 million, 8 years, $80 million. That would be the way I would expect Boston sign him. I don't know how hungry is want to get more money, but I think the Boston is going to find a way to get 8 years, $10 million per year. That would be what I expect. Boston Leeds don't play until April 6th. I wonder what two teams look like then. You think about this when you have trade deadline, right? The Boston Bruins don't miss a lot of pieces of the puzzle. The Toronto missing maybe another defenseman, forward top six, and maybe add a Noel Atcherry or Barbashev or Barbarov. Who knows? But it will be interesting what they're going to do Toronto. How they're going to, diving more deeper with bigger name like Tarasenko or I don't know. Just mention something like that. Was trying to get Bergeron, gotta get thing up there in age. It's high likely. Yeah. Go back now, holding the puck all the way back. Bruins won't give that dollar giving. Bergeron would not be there next year. Have a good night, Michel. Michael Cliché, knock the door and leave the building. Face off now, winning by the Boston, but the puck bouncing back to Toronto, try back outside the zone. Intercept by Boston is coming to the side, shoot the puck, Simpson make a save in front of what a bad play by the Toronto Maple Leafs. Sandin Lindgren have a really bad night as a defenseman. Haniel Carlo bringing puck behind net, ball by Smith. Don't bounce the puck again by Carlo, pass the puck to Bergeron, pass in front of net, intercept now by the Toronto Maple Leafs, try to get outside the zone. Now Marchand intercept, Marchand bound the puck bouncing back by the Toronto Maple Leafs were ice sick. I'm going to reset at 2:18 on defensive zone of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Thanks so much for everybody to be a part of the show tonight. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. Tubas, take some note from the top of the building. More money, more problem, Google. More worry about the Fortnite. Let me know about your travel. I missed that area of the world. I'm great about this. If you want to go, Larry, go get Code Frenchy Travel, I think it is. Go on the YouTube channel, look for Code Frenchy Travel. I did not make any videos since August, I believe, but I'm going to restart next week. And then my first videos will be 6 months later in Thailand. So that would be my first video. And my first video is about talking about what I learned in the first 6 months. 10 things you have to be careful. The dogs, the bird, the pavement, the traffic, all the stuff like that. So that will be coming the next 2 weeks. I'm going to co-learn to learn the island, Larry, but of course, prepare that channel to get better in the future. Code Frenchy Travel. The Leafs are not built to go deep in the playoff, no heart. It'll be interesting what you're going to do. Look at the best fighter in the world, grow for a Leafs should just sign Liver King. Go back now, net. A little bit over 1 minute to go remaining on this game. They're slowly but properly, the Boston Bruins going to try to protect that lead by 3 goals. And it'll be interesting what's happening for the last minute of the game. Now, Ashton Reese going to cover the puck on the wall, keep controlling the puck all the way. By the puck to the wall, bring the puck to the puck by Toronto Maple Leafs, intercept Boston Bruins, turn out, but steal the puck by the Toronto, hold the puck to the side. Boston going to dump the puck on neutral zone, the puck bouncing back at 240, loud the puck behind the goaltender. Samsonov, this guy is going to be the end of this game really shortly with 35 seconds to go remaining. It'll be the end. So the Boston Bruins are back after three games with no W to win the W against the Boston Bruins. Again, the Toronto Maple Leafs. That would push that at 13 points in front of Toronto, and this will be the end for Toronto. At the drop, they will maybe join possibility to tie Boston. Will not happen. We have another whistle with 13.3 seconds to go remaining on this game. At Jackpot is not people father about this. Leave best chance to make it to second round to play is to play Tampa. Look, yeah, it's already done deal almost. Look, honestly, between both of them. "13 seconds to go. Battle right away back on the left side. Show the pipe by Sandin. Black shot by the defenseman of the Boston Bruins. Going to be the end. The game is over at the Scotiabank in Toronto. Final score, guys, by the score 5-2 tonight. Zacha have 2 goals tonight for the Boston Bruins. Great performance for him tonight. I just want to sharing this about this to put the final and shut down this. I'm going to give you all the stats you need to know here. The Boston Bruins shot 29-5, 29. Toronto 35, 1-2-0-2. The face-off 51-49, pretty even on the face-off. Black shot 11-9 and 21-10. 31 hit, guys, for the Boston Bruins and 26 by the Toronto Maple Leafs. And 10-19 a giveaway puck tonight. A lot of giveaway puck by the Toronto Maple Leafs. We're going to see what we have in the chat. It's absolutely amazing to that the Bruins at front goal scorer every night. Boston trade Joe Thornton. One, they become too expensive. Yep, to the San Jose Sharks. One, the all and the playoff, the inshot is a better place. One, you have no much money, you drive reduce. 58 likes, pretty good night, guys, for the likes. We want to thank all the moderators tonight at the Hockey Nation show to be with me tonight. Great job, Danny and your team. I don't know. I know Inarta was there. I'm not sure if Luciano pick up tonight or Ron or Jose, but great conversation tonight and the chat tonight. We talk about hockey, guys, and that's what it's about. I understand we'd be better if we have 200 people that make more money and the channel it'd be more healthy. But at the end of the day, the quality of you guys make that channel better. First of all, thanks for the super chat, Larry. We have people like WST, Rick Bengal, William. We have Willie. We have so many people in that chat. And Rabinov at some point, Julien Cormier, other point. You sharing, we respect each other. It's not who is better. It's to have different opinion. Great debate. And for me, I try to give you another avenues to understand the game. That's why I try here. I've not said I'm a right because I'm not. I'm not better, guys. The only thing I would say to you, compare you, I'm a little bit more experienced as a coach, as a scout, and I maybe follow more the contents of hockey, like information. I'm always left and right on different podcasts and everything. Many of you do this, and our tap is always left and right. Marco Larabi does this too. I just try to bring a little bit more I try to work this as a full-time job. Not easy, to be honest with you, but that's a subject for the time. But that's what's happening here, and hopefully you enjoy it. We're going to shifting on that game, the second period over there, Calgary 2 and Regina 1. The only goal happening came from the Connor Bedard tonight. Ulmark is a Stanley Cup goaltender, Pierre Martin. Thanks so much. Randy V, another great man here. Luc Laforcade, another one. Jake McAnally, Gogol. About this. Is Pasternak aime les Browns, il va prendre un rabais. Yeah, look, the rabais is what? How much? 9 million, 10 million, 11 millions? That's what you have to figure out that one over there. Your travel channel will watch later. Perfect, Larry. It's not much at the beginning. It's just by the next 6 months, I'm working on that part. I think you can see the game better than me. I see it as a fan, and you see it as a coach. Thank you, Willie. Um, I just try to understand things sometimes, right? And try to pick it up. A final score: the Hurricane beat the Boston Sabres 5-1 tonight. By the way, les caractères des joueurs sont exceptionnels. Le caractère des joueurs sont exceptionnels. Luc Laforcine, ah non, Luc. Look, look. Pasnak is 40 goal et plus in NHL. Look. 4 versus 4, by the way, Regina. But now he's on the ice. Number 98, I believe he is. Pasnak is 26 years old. Look. He's at 38 goal right now. He's going to get 40. Last year, 40. The year before, 20 and 48. That game, about 40. The year before, at 48. The year before, at 38. The year before, at 35. The year before, at 35. 34. You have 278 goal, guys, and 560 game. And 9 year in NHL, look. So that guy is automatically at $10 million. He's maybe the top 5 with most gold in the last 7 years in NHL. So if you like to stay in Boston, it's 10 million. If you want to get more money, it's about 11.5. .80, 81, 895, 48 and 48, 77 and 72. He's run out 71 point and 50 game. Look. You don't give the money with Luc without Bergeron. It's not a matter. He will perform a scorer for sure. Yeah, in our tap, I agree with you. Like I said, in our tap, a good deal for the Boston Bruins would be 10.5. Not a bad game, a bad deal, but at money, it will look in more like a 10.5, or it's going to be 11.5. That would be a bad deal for the Boston Bruins. But for me, at $10 million, 8 years, will be great for both teams. He get 500 more for Charlie McAvoy. He's at 9.5. I think that would give the balance of the salary cap because you get right now 26, the best players of that team. Like, it's not Marchand anymore. It's not Bergeron. It's really Pasnak. How much money you need? Look, I understand that. I just need 1,000 more per month. Me, look. Martin Brodeur, look, he said. It'll be really fascinating. A couple of UFA this year. The DeBrincat is RFA. Timo Meier is a RFA. And then you have Pertuzzi, Larkin, O'Reilly, Tarasenko, right there. Then after that, you have Monahan, Patrick Kane, Jonathan Toews. I would be curious, guys, in the chat right now, what you get in return for Jonathan Toews. Before we leave, I'm going to stay live about until 10:30, guys. 10 more minutes. If you trade for Jonathan Toews, what do you think the cost to get him it will be? If over 9 million is gone from Boston, go score somewhere else. Look. If it's over $9 million, look. Come on, buddy. Taze is what a third round, second round pick. Brand new, welcome aboard. Taze does not have much value in my opinion. Taze is what a third, a second round pick. Great point, brand new. I agree with you about this one over there. Taze is what a third or second round pick. I would say to you guys, Jonathan Taze right now, if you trade for him, do you believe he's a second center or a third center in the playoff? Larkin can get, yes, you're going to get that one brand new for him. So Jonathan Taze, guys, in the playoff, he become a third center. He's not a second center anymore. He's a third center. If you go in the playoff, guys, with Jonathan Taze as second center, you're not strong enough. It's hard now. It's fast, and Jonathan Taze is not the same player he was before. So for me, for Jonathan Taze, it's about a 4-round pick. I would maybe go the 3rd-round pick, but like more a 4-round pick. If you had the Chicago Blackhawks, do you think it's worth it to trade your captain, one of the best players in your organization, for a 4-round pick in return? I don't think so. I would not do that. I understand you get a 4-round pick, it's not too bad. But you trade your captain, one of the best players in your organization, and why not? If you leave after that, he's not re-signed with the Chicago Blackhawks. You know, say, you know what? He go UFA, he leave. But we need to trade him. For me, it's better. Now, if he was to get a 1st-round pick, a 2nd-round pick, this is another conversation. But to get a 4, 5, 6, 7, for maybe a 3rd, anyway, I will not do it. For Jonathan Taze, I will not do this. Not on my eyes. It's Boston, coach. Yes, look, but the time changed over there, look. They gave 9.5 to Charlie McEnroy. You talk about the best scorer in NHL, one of the best sniper. How much will you take pay for his Canadian market? Kogel, it's like always, if you want to get the reduction to a market USA, Canada, you think about $1.5 million cheaper. But the player don't go to do that. And in Canada, you have to add a $1.5 million. Like Huberdeau got what, 10.5? I think Huberdeau $9 million in USA, that's good enough. But to compensate with the tax, you have to bring him over $10 million. Here we go. And on top, you talk about the same language. Boston are one of the only team never to spend to the cap salary one chance that year and next year on the name to further. Look, you're wrong. They just gave 9.5. I'm not sure what contender team besides maybe Winnipeg he maybe want to take a flyer on Taze. Great point, brand new. This is a great point. If you bring Jonathan Taze on the 3rd line and they can move Adam Laurie on the side, I like that. But that's a lot of money. Look at Fortune 9.5. They just said they don't give money. They just gave him $9.5 million. Look. Exactly, that's why. Wow, 350, 370 gold. I just told in our tap. Let Bergeron have the player buy into the concept to take in less for the goal of the team. Once they retire, the player will start asking for more. It's all about, guys, when you get less money, right? When you get less money, it's because the team have really a top 5 in NHL or a really good money. It's a good team. So what happening at Tampa Bay, they did the same thing. What happening in Boston the last couple of years, it was the same thing. They stay together and they make less money, but they always performing year after year. And that's the reason now the time changed in Boston without Krejcik and Bergeron. Who knows? Maybe they come back next year. Nobody said they're going to be retired yet. We don't know the plan about both of them, right? And would be interesting to see that. But great point in our tap about this. Will make only $5 million, by the way. That's why Boston would never get into that spiral in our tap. Would be interesting because Boston guy have a lot of picks. They only give the second round pick 23 and 24. I believe they want to trade Greg Smith at $3.1 million. They're going to get another players. It's all about Boston winning the cup. The respect the Boston Blur have to Bergeron was fantastic. Once he leaves, the player will not longer care about home deal on team hiddle. Kept marketing all the money. So young, wish I was 50 years younger and have the luck and talent. I bet I'll never make it that money in 1 year. You're absolutely right about this. Yeah, absolutely right, RG, about this one there. You're absolutely right about this in our tap, about $1 million. What a great night, guys, on the Hockey Nation show tonight. It was fun to be with us, with you. I was not expect to get 60 likes tonight, honestly. So great job, everybody. I think we have a good time talking about hockey. Want to talk about hockey tomorrow night? Back at 9 o'clock p.m. Join me live. Maybe another tap or Marco will be joining me like tomorrow. We'll talk about everything tomorrow night. We're going to dive in about every news around the league and what we expect for the trade deadline, the dark horse or the playoff time. We're just going to talking hockey. Maybe some players and prospect Montreal Canadiens, the NHL draft. I'm going to get more about QA tomorrow night. So join me live tomorrow night and let's sharing about hockey. And again, don't forget, please, to subscribe and sharing this social media of the YouTube channel. And I want to thank Mr. Larry for the super chat tonight. Thanks each one of you to be a part of the show tonight. Definitely. All the moderators, I take my hat up for you guys tonight. Thanks so much to be with the Hockey Nation show. But we want to remind you one more thing. Not this.
You are
but this.
awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
We have greatness inside of you, everybody. Thanks so much to be a part of the show tonight at the play-by-play commentary NHL game between the Boston Bruins and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Final score, the Boston Bruins 5 at the Toronto Maple Leafs 2. Thanks so much, Larry Lavallee, RJ Calabo, brand new. En retard, Luc Lafortune de l'Ange Gardien, mon Nicolas, thank you so much. Cellmate Boba, thanks so much. You're welcome. Glad to hear learn something. That's the beauty. If someone learns something, that's my mission every single day here. Thanks so much. And and everybody else, please don't forget, guys, to click on the like before you leave the building. And be well, BL. Find a way not only to donate your day. Find a way to donate. What, Mr. Nartap? Your 2023. Have an amazing, great night, sweet dream. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow night, 9 o'clock p.m. Join us live at the Hockey Nation Live Show. We love you, people. Have a great night. RJ Calabo, thanks so much for your update tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We got to unlike. Who click on unlike before we leave? Who made that mistake? I know you make a mistake. I know you don't like me. You don't unlike me. You just click on the wrong place. Check your unlike and turn around to be a like. Thanks so much, everybody.